Hello everybody and welcome to another Stellaris video. Today we're just going to be doing a chill playthrough with Knights of the Toxic God. Not really as much of a tutorial video as just a playthrough. We're going to be using functional architecture, sovereign guardianship. This is not a completely optimized set, though functional architecture I would say is a mandatory take for Knights of the Toxic God. And sovereign guardianship can be swapped with whatever flavor civic you like, or even economy ones, right? Planet Scrapers is pretty good, although it can't be swapped off, which makes it a little less fun. So we're going to be going Sovereign Guardianship, which also can't be swapped off, but it's also a great defensive civic in case we need to defend ourselves from any hostiles out there. An additional thing is we're also going with the Soul System, of course. I would say that's almost mandatory when playing Knights, as it just makes your habitat so much larger. And we're going to be playing on a pretty sparse galaxy, giving ourselves quite a bit of space. And we're also going to slide the Crisis up a little bit. We'll probably just get completely smoked by it. But yeah, when's the dates here, right? We want to probably move this up all the way to like 2350 and 2300. Yeah, I mean, this most likely just means we're going to get completely smoked by the Crisis. 10x at that date is probably not beatable with Knights, but we'll do an attempt, right? So anyhow, let's go ahead and see what we got here. So basically, we just want to go out and find our choke points, right? As you can see, our alloy situation is terrible right off the rip. So yeah, I guess we'll just research orbital habitats right away. Off-world trading company will actually be very useful too, and yeah, I guess the rest doesn't matter too much. I mean, we are materialist instead of spiritualist, which is a bit tough. Because we do want to kind of do a semi-unity rush, and doing a unity rush with materialist is of course not optimal. And as you can see, we're already up at 82%, 80 or 92 empire size with just our 2 planets. So yeah, a little bit rough in that department, but that's also all the empire size we're planning on getting for the initial part of the game, so it's not too bad probably. Yeah, with Planet Scrapers reducing the upkeep on your habitat from right at the beginning of the game too, it's just something that's super nice to have. Of course we don't have that here, so it'll be just a bit of a more chill existence here. Do I want to redo my fleets? I'm a bit lazy today. We don't have to change the upkeep. We'll just send them out to explore. I should at least split them at least, right? Yeah, that way. That way if I lose one ship, I don't lose all of them, and we can just play on a little bit of a faster speed too. Yeah, what do we want to do at the beginning here? I guess we just want to build up alloy foundries, right? Start to get those alloys working for us, and then once that reaches the positive, we have to deal with our consumer goods issues. So yeah, not the easiest, but definitely prosperity opener will be good. So, okay, and Cirrus is over there. It's on a choke point too, which is nice. So we're just going to immediately survey these 3 systems and try to take all of them. We do somehow need to build even more alloys. So we're going to build probably 2 alloy foundries right off the rip. We are on alloy focused too, so that's pretty good for alloys. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. 0G laboratories, nothing too amazing there. Yeah, I mean, you know how early game Stellaris is, right? We kind of chill. We kind of here's that problem with me, right? Is if I go in fast forward, like the fastest option, it is way too fast for me to react to things that are happening. Like take a look at this, right? Like boom, like the speed is just crazy, right? Like before you know it, you've built up a crazy amount of resources. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, what speed do you like to play Stellaris on? I personally like to leave it on fast nowadays. I used to play on normal, believe it or not. In 4.0 patch versions, I would play on normal speed most of the time, because whenever you play really OP builds, like Shroudforge, even in 4.3, they're so OP that you have like APM limitations already. Just play something more chill like that. We're going to open Favored Society right away. We definitely want to get that going. And Politician versus Spark of Genius is a close one, but we're going to go with Politician. 10% agenda speed is really ridiculous in today's day and age. Oh, we got another continental world too. There is a bit of a first contact on it, so I'm kind of curious what that's from. Let's take a look. Guess I don't really see it, but yes, could be another alien, could be a fauna. I'm not really sure, to be honest. So yeah, usually when that happens, I do want to go ahead and make sure we occupy those systems sooner rather than later. And also, you might have noticed we are building a commercial zone and a mining district. We should probably get the mining district first. Just get a few more minerals under our belt because, yeah, we're gonna need those. So yeah, I'll try to get the mineral buy up to 30, and then that will kind of jumpstart our economy from there, hopefully. Yeah, unfortunately, Alpha Centauri was a terrible first system to scan. No deposits at all, which is fine. We can eventually build a starbase there, and we get a trade focus later. That's nice. Because my plan for consumer goods is, of course, trade. Having to use minerals to upkeep both our alloys and consumer goods is going to be a bit brutal for the amount of minerals we're able to produce with some pretty low efficiency pops here at the beginning of the game. I definitely find that unless your build has some really, really crazy efficiency multipliers, these days, building minerals to produce consumer goods is like a massive L. Um, yeah, most of the builds that feel good to play, at least in my opinion, get consumer goods or minerals either efficiently enough so that it doesn't matter, or you get it through trade, or like star bases or something like that. It already kind of felt like that in Stellaris 4.2 versions, but then there were builds like Synth Fertility, right, which were so efficient that you would easily be chilling. Ooh, what is that? Nice little first contact. Let's go ahead and do that. You'd easily be chilling just using minerals to produce all your consumer goods, all the alloys, and you'd be fine. But in the newer versions, right, your job efficiency is so low, it really feels like a struggle to do so. And as you can see, we now have a decent basic economy, although we're struggling to buy enough minerals still, even with a little bit of trade. So, I guess that's fine. I'm still gonna cut out when I drink water because I drink a lot of water when I do these videos because I'm not the most talkative person in real life, right? So when I talk a lot, I'm not used to the strain it puts on my voice. So yeah, if I don't drink a lot of water, I'm gonna be having a bad time. So we definitely drink a lot of water out here. So probably one of the only good habits I have, drinking a lot of water. But yeah, look at this Unity, man. It is really sad. I guess such is the life of a non-Unity rushing Knights build. I do want to open Unyielding as probably my third tradition tree, which is a little rough because it means we won't have Statecraft until like 4th tradition, which is a lot for sure. But I love the combination of standard conjunction templates and functional architecture. It just makes buildings and districts and stuff so cheap that you can really start to spam them out with not too much problem at all. And as you can see, we can finally start building a considerable amounts of Knights jobs, and we could probably should have gone to generous funding right away, although that hit to our alloys is definitely a little painful. Let's get that built, and also let's send this ship back to Barnard Star and Cirrus. And yeah, I guess these are the choke points we eventually want to hold. Is we eventually want to just hold this choke point. Oh, I do want to include a black hole though, so we'll probably try to get to that black hole too, and then just play defensively with guardianship, right? Like put up some big star bases at the borders, and who knows? Maybe it's genuinely a good way to play these days. But what are we looking for here? It's fortification, right? Yep. These have these 50% off platforms, and also resistance is fugal is really nice to have. Defense armies now produce 0.5 unity, and when we take a look at our defense armies with guardianship, yeah, we have a lot of defense armies, and they are powerful since we're very strong. So we're borderline uninvadable, which is also kind of cool. Yeah, even on our capital here without anything without anything special going on, right, we still have 500 armies, and that's with no stronghold, which is pretty cool. Definitely pretty powerful. So yeah, I guess what do we want to do now? We probably want to get a consumer goods zone, and by consumer goods zone for us that's a trading nexus. And then with the trading nexus, we should be able to get rid of one of these civilian industries, and then get to an alloy only zone, and then yeah, there's a lot of efficiency to be had. And time to adopt resistance is fugal. Let's see, what does that bring our unity up to? Yeah, really good increase. Armies are now producing 18 unity on their own, which is actually really huge. so not bad at all. We can also, do we have resettlement enabled? No. The annoying part of being egalitarian. I mean, I feel like the egalitarian bonuses to your pop efficiency is so hard to come by these days. Like 5% specialist output is not the like biggest amount, but it's just so important to have at least a little bit. Otherwise, it feels terrible. So, I mean, egalitarian was already, I'd say, probably the best authority previously, but I think it's probably just as good now, if not better. Let me know what your guys' favorite authority is. Are there any authoritarian enjoyers in chat for the basic resource output and influence? Influence is definitely pretty nice when playing these like super wide, low AI density games, which I've definitely been enjoying as of recently. I've never played consistently as wide as I have since the 4 point whatever versions, because it's never been more important to have like at least 5 or 6 planets. Otherwise, it's really, really hard to outscale the AI. I've personally been struggling to outscale the AI on 3 planets. The way you used to be able to in like the worst case scenario. I got unlucky, right? I'm just gonna play with 3 planets and outscale the AI anyway. Yeah, that's not really been having the same kind of luck doing that in Stellaris 4.3. So yeah, let me kind of know, like in the comments, what are the big changes you guys have seen in your gameplay since the 4.3 version? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I definitely think the delivery of it was mishandled, to say the nicest thing, in the sense that they've just created a larger gap between the weak and strong builds, in my opinion. Like Shroud Forged, and maybe you could consider Cybernetic Creed's gap to other empires feels genuinely gargantuan, like insane. Like we have Cybernetic Creed hitting 500 tech at year 20. We have Shroud Forged, we can hit 300 alloys and 500 tech by year 30 when played by a good player. When played by me, you'll have like 100 alloys and like 600 tech. So not the most worthwhile trade-off, but yeah, like we have these insane builds, and then we have other builds that are struggling halfway through their ascension with no stats to be heard of. Or, since if you're not rushing ascension, right, you have no scaling. So you're just kind of waiting to get outscaled. If, let's say, you build a 5k fleet for year 20, which is okay, right, it's actually quite good if you could build a 5k fleet by year 30. I mean, not year 20. Year 20 5k fleet would be insane. Even in 4.0, it's not even bad. But actually in 4.0, so many things were like completely broken that it was probably not that hard. 4.0 is definitely one of the patches of all time. There was like every single build would go infinite in 4.0. The shit was funny. I honestly didn't mind it. It was definitely entertaining. But yeah, 76 Unity here production at year 10. Like Knights is not a Unity powerhouse the way it used to be. Yeah, I'd say the fact that these are no longer bureaucrats really hurts the build, because the number of bureaucrat efficiency bonuses was crazy. We had chromologs, we had traditional at 1 point. Right now we just have very strong. We have what's the other one called? The one that the soldier reanimators, which is both good and terrible at the same time. Like the stats it gives is great tech and unity, or not. It doesn't give unity tech and navcap, but it costs so many alloys. It's like doesn't even feel good to play with anymore. And I prefer a second economy civic instead of guardianship if we're replacing that. But yeah. On the other hand, I also do want to mention I do plan to reform into a megacorp this game. The goal is probably to become a free traders megacorp with guardianship and then another civic. I don't really know what that another civic should be. This is one I really struggle with megacorps, is if you're not spiritualist, what do you do for your third civic? Like, it's really, I don't really know the answer to that, if I'm being honest. But ooh, defense army, naval capacity per 100 soldiers, defense army damage. So, and not a defense army number increase. That would be funny. I wonder, there's definitely techs that do that. But yeah, I guess we'll just build a starport here, right? They're really cheap now, so might as well get some economy-based starports going. Should help us out quite a bit. And yeah, it's definitely also worth building this holo theater on the habitat, as yeah, otherwise you're going to struggle with that kind of thing altogether. And we're just going to continue to build city districts, so we're not going to worry too much about like the other parts of our economy. We'll buy some energy credits to keep up with that. But we're going to start to put up a lot of these star bases for economy very soon, and that's going to help us quite a bit too. Also, you might have noticed that I very deliberately have not taken my first 2 colonies. They're just sitting here. Like, obviously we're over 100 empire size already, but we really don't need to increase that further to get 0 bonus growth. Like, the way pop growth works now, like, I would rather just have my 2 planets here sitting at around optimal pop growth. We get 500 alloys as an injection. That's really, really nice. Yeah, I'd rather just be sitting on 2 planets sitting at around the optimal growth threshold, which is around 3,000 pops, rather than have anything else. And we get powered exoskeletons here. So every time we see something that leads to the next tier of robots, so robots, droids, it's powered exoskeletons, robots, droids, and then synthetic, we definitely want to take. This system has 22 minerals in it. What in the world? That is actually an amazing system. That system is like the same as like what, 5 pops? That's actually crazy. Yeah, I think another thing these days is you definitely don't want to go these super narrow, super alloyless starts anymore, because so much of your resources can come from space, relatively speaking. Like, yeah, space deposits are so much stronger than they used to be, which I think is good. I mean, like, seeing a 9 minerals in space, for example, used to feel really nice, but not so game-changing, where now it really does feel kind of game-changing, which I guess is a good thing. Yeah, anyhow, I don't think we need to finish any traditions. Basically, we're just going to open every tree to the maximum. Oh no, we do need to finish one. Sorry, shoot. Oh my god, yeah, because this habitat is going to fill up. But we still have 3 spots left, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But oops, yeah, if played optimally there, what I would have done is probably finished unyielding or something like that. Or we can finish prosperity at this point. Yeah, I definitely messed that up, because we need to finish 1 tradition tree. You know, we're still closer to fortification. We'll just finish fortification. I mean, prosperity is better to finish. Commerce is better to finish. But since we had 3 points in fortification, we'll just finish it. And that'll let us take Voidborn, which will allow us to expand our habitat like almost 50%. So that was only 5 deposits there for 22 minerals too, which is amazing. But yeah, we're going to run these little trade hub stations, right? And these are actually really, really powerful for producing consumer goods. And then if we lack other resources, like I foresee us lacking energy credits, right? Probably the rest of our stations will be a mix of energy credits and food, probably, right? Because our food is definitely dropping into the negative here too. Oh man, I really want to wait for these stations to finish, but I also don't want to lose out on my black hole. We really want a black hole for minerals later on. So yeah, let's get a second construction ship, and you know, we have tons of alloys, right? So it's not a problem, man. It's one of the nice parts about playing Knights. Is it's one of the few builds that actually focuses pretty heavily on alloys early on as a bio build, because we're just naturally going to ascend from completing our quest, right? The only question for me, right, is do I want to do 2 quests of Unity or 1 quest of Unity? And I honestly don't know the answer to that yet. And another big swig of water later. Let's see, what have we made contact with here? We have some void worms. No, not void worms. I hate void worms. Here's the thing, right? It's great. Like, I'm gonna build a defensive system, right, at my choke point, and the void worms are gonna fly through it, all right, and then attack at a random freaking planet that I'm not gonna be paying attention to, and I'm gonna get completely owned by it. Like, I get owned by the void worms every time. Although maybe with guardianship we can just put an uplink node, and maybe that'll be enough. Who knows? Or target uplink computer, is that what they're called? Yeah, because the target uplink computer usually gets your starbase range high enough to actually target the void worms. But yeah, as you can see, if we don't have star holds at that time, it's not like we're going to be able to do much damage to it. So anyhow, let's go with the solar panel and hydroponics star bases. This is probably going to be the majority of them. We did 1 trade hub because we were lacking on trade at that time, but as you can see, we're also kind of running out of stuff to build. Yeah, we still have civilians, so as long as we have civilians, we should keep building. Blight upon the land. We can't afford to destroy those, but yeah, I guess we'll start replacing. Ooh, anything replaced will be a problem. So here's what we're gonna do: is we're gonna build an alloy foundry and a commercial zone. We'll just upgrade our planet like that for now. Oh, and that black hole has 4. Oh, that's amazing. It has 4 black dark matter. I say black matter. I mean, I guess that's not an incorrect statement. The matter is indeed black. But yeah, that's really good too. Because we do need dark matter with this build, which is why you really want to claim at least a black hole, increase your chance of finding dark matter drawing. And we get our first Knight's Quest too. Patience is a virtue. Quick quest 1. Let's see. How long are we? Yeah, so I believe the first 2 quests are you just click all the way through, which is not too hard. So yeah, you just click the first option all the way through. Boom, bang, bing. And then certainly fair eye. And very soon we should get offered an increase in Unity production or an increase in research. And the Unity option is extremely good now. We're not going to be able to ascend without the Unity option set. See, 144 Unity is a nice increase. Not completely game-changing, but definitely pretty solid. Also, where did our construction... Oh, our science ship... Our lone science ship is over here, but yeah, we did manage to get our black hole system, which is nice. And now we take Bulwark of Harmony and Voidborn. Voidborn should always be your first tradition. If you take the habitat research as your first tech, you'll always have it available. What the hell happened here? I was like, why is there not any happiness here? So yeah, we do need to prioritize these entertainers, unfortunately. Enforcers, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I still have not been able to get planetary automation to work. It either just messes up and you get crime anyway, which used to happen a little bit, but now it happens a lot. So I just don't mess with it. So I just leave it on because if you micro it all the time, you'll eventually forget you get a crime event and it feels like the game is over. I definitely hate the crime events, and I'm wondering if I should take an analyst. I think the first one should always be a statistician though, because we'll eventually get the leader that increases leader EXP for everyone. Right, and oh my gosh, these star bases are just awesome. By the way, like look at that, look at that, 24 minerals, insane. It's pretty lucky spawn in that sense, but I guess you'll always have the opportunity to be luckier when you actually build, instead of just stick with like 5 systems, which a lot of more optimized builds don't really have the option to go super wide. Which is a little sad because it gives you less chances to get lucky with that. Do we want to take astral actions already? Just start polluting our tech tree? Nah, we'll take chemical plants. I don't think I plan on running any energy jobs. But there is one more thing I need to find, right? Which is I need to find a planet that is 3 or more jumps away from my 5 or more jumps, sorry, from my capital. And this area is great because any planet we find in this area, and we might have already found one if we had been moving around our military ship, which is always difficult to remember to do. But yeah, let's get a second scientist, try to find that planet, and then form a federation with ourselves. Yeah, because that federation will give us access to everything we need. We don't need to research this habitat specialization. It's really expensive for one district. So instead, I recommend doing your regular techs and just trying to find useful regular techs that you might otherwise need. We are getting a lot of first contacts here, so let's remember to do those. We have a lot of dig sites and stuff too, but right now not the focus to complete those. Where's my second? Oh yeah, so where is? I remember I sent a construction ship down here. I guess it just hadn't made it yet. Yeah, these planets could obviously use more management. You basically don't want workers. We can go ahead and buy like 30, 40 energy per month too at this point. We'll definitely want to max out both energy and minerals buy at some point because our trade right now is not very good, but once we swap at year 20 off of functional architecture, right? Functional architecture is literally just there. A, because it feels nice to have cheaper habitat districts and stuff like that. That's always nice, right? Never saying that's not valuable. But it's mostly there so you can have the second Orders Hall area on your habitat available right away. And since we already have it, that's kind of the end of its usefulness. You could arguably even start as democratic and swap off of functional architecture at year 10. But I always mess up the election, so might as well be oligarchy and swap up at year 20 anyway. A little bit less micro hype. Oh, there's an empire here. Okay, let's go this direction. So obviously we can't hold the choke point, but we already have the black hole, fortunately. So we might have to look in this direction, but hopefully we find a planet in one of these two systems. This entire area having no planet at all is kind of wild. I guess we could also build a habitat. I mean, that works, right? That works. It's very expensive. Very, very expensive for sure, but we definitely could build a habitat like somewhere out here or something like that. That could be viable, but I really don't want to. I'd rather find a planet. And oh my god, I just realized how much starbase capacity we have. Ancient structure. That's not good. Oh, there was a planet, but we can't get it. Okay. Well, I'll set one of these guys to explore. That might be the wave. Let's get another science ship. Oh, did I lose my Minister of Defense? No, my poor Minister of Defense. I'm gonna pretend to be sad. So yeah, okay. Rip Minister of Defense. Rip Bozo. To be honest, should have got out of there fast. I mean, I was the one microing them, so maybe not. But yeah, look at these. Look at this stuff though. Look at these mining stations. Amazing. And since we are guardianship, right, we can put a starbase on every single system that we own, since we do have the spare alloys for that, which is hilarious. And this is all with a 30%, or is it 15% now? Yeah, I think it's a 15% alloy debuff, which does suck, but hey, we still have more than enough. And why is there so many first contacts? Like, I didn't ask for this many first contacts. Why is there so many? Like there's like 2 million empires here. What the hell? I deliberately made the galaxy huge with few empires, and there's a first contact on every single direction of my empire. I once played a game to like year 60 with no first contacts with these settings, and oh my gosh. This system has 18 minerals too. What is going on? This is actually wild. This is a wild amount of minerals, and I'm not complaining, obviously, but... Alright, we don't have any more scientist capacity. That's a little sad, but... maybe our science ship will find a planet out in this distance that's far enough from our capital to create a federation with myself. I don't even think I have federation tech yet, but it's always nice to have that prepared so you don't suffer when you want that to happen. So anyhow, let's now reform into a megacorp. Free traders. This is why we're called the Alarian Free Traders, because we're taking free traders. And oh, we don't have enough unity. So yeah, it'll be like 6 years before I remember to do that again. Knowing me. And ooh, we find another empire. Evangelizing zealots. That's not really what you want to hear, but let's see how far away they are. Yeah, how when they first spawn in and you have so little intel, you can't like see anything. Are they getting attacked by somebody? That's funny. Ooh, they got a psionic aura already. So maybe like a chosen or something like that. Who knows? Composer chosen. They know what to pick. Not bad. Apparently in yesterday's video I should have picked composer, and it's just better than Shroud Shaper. So let it be known, guys. Composer is just better than Shroud Shaper. That's my bad for not knowing that. And ooh, I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they get a double planet there. Honestly, doesn't concern me. Let's see. I mean, these are terrible planets, right? But I have enough planets in my area, like size 18 and 17 are fine. But honestly, now that we have robotics, I think we should probably take our first colonies too. Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, let's get this going. Let's get this going. And I think we also want to build a robot builder on our capital. Just get these basic resource jobs filled back up with robots, and then honestly, we don't even need to work. We shouldn't be working any worker jobs. Anybody who's min-maxing would definitely be doing that. Oh my gosh, we don't have... Okay, we'll build a luxury residence and a hollow theater. You happy? You happy, Habitat? With the world's biggest amenities usage for some reason. And let's go with an industrialist for our first leader. It's a pretty good industrialist. It's got trade focused. Hopefully we get architectural interest at some point, but hey, what are the chances of that? Comment cited, 40 Unity, okay. Planetary build speed, first Citadel. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're reforming our government in like a month. Let's reform it now before we forget. Free traders, and yeah, this is nice. You can now swap between corporate and not corporate for permanent civics like that. So that's a big help. Before you could do that, it was a pain. It was definitely a pain. But let's go ahead and take that. Does this do anything different with the Megacorp version? Not really. Commercial pack, trade effectiveness, don't really need that. Just put a Minister of Defense in. Unfortunately, we can be almost no scientists in this council, which is a little bit suspicious, to be honest. But hey, they have good military capabilities with the amount of commanders we're about to put in here. And I guess we'll just put a... like, this is technically more useful, but this might be more useful because we're going to be trying to improve relations quite a bit at some point. So what happened to our... Jeez, do we have no egalitarian on our council? Oh, we don't. Okay. Can we get an egalitarian? Yes, we can. Okay, there we go. That'll help quite a bit. Oh, this music's a little louder than the previous one. Let's turn it down a bit. Hopefully these are actually no copyright as advertised, because if they weren't, unfortunate for me. That's unfortunate for me then. Evolving Society. I swear I already did Evolving Society. Did I not? Oh, did I do Favorite Society? Oh man, I meant to do Evolving Society for Unity, but yeah, I guess Evolving Society is nice. Okay, I'm not complaining. Not complaining at all. Yeah, robot assembly plants coming online soon will definitely be really nice, and yeah, we're lacking a little bit of food, so let's get a couple buildings to help with that. And I think we still have 1 million starbase capacity left, thanks to oh my god, we need more alloys still. So kind of, yeah, as you can see now, we're kind of overproducing consumer goods a little bit, thanks to how efficient free traders is. So we're definitely lacking alloys, but we can't really break up this ratio until we get our colonies, and we'll turn one of our colonies that is worse for mining into a trade planet. So probably, yeah, this planet will be a trade planet. This planet will be a mineral planet as the only basic resource we need to actually produce with jobs, although not at the beginning of the game, right? Because we have like more than 100 from stations very soon. How much are we producing? Yeah, station 72 right now, and this is going to climb probably to over 100 as we research a couple techs and that kind of thing, which is very nice. Yeah, anyways, guys, how are you guys enjoying Stellaris 4.3? I definitely do say I've enjoyed playing it quite a bit. I've found myself playing it while not recording quite a bit, which wasn't that common in previous Stellaris patches, to be honest, or not intending to record, just like testing out builds, seeing what's strong. But I guess that also happens to me because I just like meta shakeups. Although, yeah, it was a little disappointing that Unity rushing / Ascension rushing seems to be as strong as ever, especially for single player, because unassisted builds are genuinely so hopeless these days. I think like a experience that sticks out for me is when I was practicing that Halito rush build that you might have seen on my channel. Basically, in case you're unaware, I was playing a funny build where the entire goal was just to capture Halito, which is in case you don't really know what Halito is it's a special system that happens to have about 23,000 pops in it and 6 Gaia worlds as PreFTLs. And I was trying to necrophage it. I was like, you know what, necrophage sounds like a great way to capture it, like assimilate them into your own species and then avoid a lot of the penalties. And first of all, you lose about 25% of the pops, so that was no good. You end up with less than like 18,000, 17,000 pops. Is not fantastic for having to start with necrophage and the sacrifices to actually go capture Halito that early. And then you look at your economy at year 30 with 20,000 pops in your empire, or 25,000 pops in your empire. And it's like 300 tech, maybe, and your basic resources are barely surviving. You're producing consumer goods through conventional jobs, right? Like consumer goods, artisans or artificers or whatever, and it's you're barely having enough consumer goods, and you have like 2 planets dedicated to them and like 2 planets dedicated to mining, and it's just like, since you're unascended and your pops are so inefficient and there's so little efficiency modifiers available if you're not trying to rush for those specifically, that like all your pops are just sustaining other ones of your pops, and then the actual net output in terms of alloys, consumer goods, or tech, which are kind of the net outputs that you kind of want, is just so low. And yeah, it just didn't feel practical at all. It's like, okay, like this is literally better with teachers, and I'm sure it'd be even better with Cybernetic Creed, right? Just play Cybernetic Creed Origin with blasting off to the stars, wherever it's called, the Stargazers Civic, right? And explore the galaxy that way, and I'm sure somehow, some way, that would be more efficient of a playstyle than necrophaging, because you can't Unity skip with that, at least while capturing Halito. I'm sure you could do a Unity rush just fine with necrophage if you were not also trying to capture Halito at the same time. So yeah, definitely a lot of sadness there when it comes to unascended empires, and you definitely need like some funny job type that just bypasses the normal efficiency of the game. Like if anyone has played a standard hive and just built tech labs, it's like, wow, unbuilt an unascended hive, right? You're gonna build so many tech labs to produce so little tech, and you're gonna need like what feels like infinite mineral planets to make it happen. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling like the unascended empire balance is a little off. It's a little too weak, and I would have loved to have seen the economic nerfs just been to the difficulty of producing ships, right? I don't really care that. I would have been fine, to be honest, with Stellaris 4.2 economies and ships just cost 10 times as much to build and maintain. And all of a sudden, now the fleet numbers are also 1/10 in the galaxy, and things would work out fine, right? Like, hey, do I think it's a great balance that you would start with 1 Corvette and it would eat up way too many resources? Probably not, but maybe you could have just nerfed ships 3-1 and nerfed economy a little bit. I definitely like the post-Ascension nerfs, actually. I think those landed pretty well. I like the fact that biomorphosis and modularity and that kind of thing, they kind of feel like trade-offs now, in the sense that I believe modularity represents 50% pop assembly speed and 30% pop efficiency, which is overall about twice as good as an unascended pop. So pretty good, right? And then you have things like cloning, which represents an over 2x boost in pop assembly, all right, at the cost of some upkeep, and you only end up with like what, 20% pop efficiency, maybe, if even that. Oh, look! Speaking of Halito, look at that. There it is. We don't really have the means to capture it, but hey, if we ever find experimental subspace navigation, I could try it out. Hopefully I wouldn't mess it up, but yeah, do I need 6 Gaia worlds with guardianship? No, that's gonna make my empire size go to infinity, but yeah, we definitely messed that up a bit too. Our empire size is already 245, which is a 30% tradition, wow, penalty. So yeah, it's as if these 2 planets better be worth it, right? Like, I guess we'll need them eventually, so it's not a huge deal. We have what, a few traditions left before we can start ascending. This does mean I'm almost certainly going to go with Unity bonus twice in a row for these knights, which probably seems like a bad idea, but I think it's worth it. The only reason we need tech is to actually research synth, right? We need droids still too. Hopefully we're lucky and we just luck into that, but all we really need is for synth, so hey, it's really not that bad. Anyway, I got distracted from what I was talking about before. Oh yeah, so like cloning, you get like twice as many pops, but since they're so inefficient, you don't get much from it, and you had to go through the 26 trillion year biomorphosis ascension. I definitely think that was a miss. The biomorphosis situation, just make it the same speed as it was before. I mean, like, the fully ascended empires are so nerfed in biomorphosis that, hey, I don't think you'd break the game. Hey, would it be strong? Yes. But it felt sad that biological empires had their one single year patch to shine before being nerfed to the ground again. That was, I guess, too a bit sad, I guess they were pretty long patches, so not too much of a problem there. But it is nice that cybernetics are not the. I mean, are they the worst ascension? I think it's Cyber Creed that is not the worst. But cybernetics, what do they represent in terms of pop growth and assembly? I actually don't know. Or like prop assembly and pop efficiency. It's probably 30% in both. But the ascension is relatively easy to do relatively quickly, so that's definitely a niche. It's a solid niche. No complaints there. But yeah, I don't mind where the essentials. I wonder if nanotech is good. I'm genuinely curious. Does anyone know about nanotech in the chat? Nanotech is an ascension which I have almost never used due to how hilariously weak it has been at certain stages. I mean, it was broken for like one patch where they had those super crazy tech research buildings, and then they just removed like you planet limit one next patch, and it's like, oh, okay, well, you had your one patch to not be terrible, and well, it's not that they blew it, but it's just that I guess it was kind of strong, and it was relatively easier to play. I mean, like modularity has always needed to do like some funny robotic template shenanigans to actually get the maximum benefit from it, and biomorphosis is just easy. I guess that's why. I mean, you did have to learn the 3 flexible traditions, which I think also has been done dirty. All 3 of the best biological ascension flexible traditions are all in the first slot, and you can only have one of the 3, which is one of the most terrible feelings. It's like I would love to have both the purity mutation and cloning first tradition flexible pick, and you used to be able to effectively get all 3 by taking the picks in the order that was least convenient to you. By going mutation, purity, and cloning in that order, it would slow down your scaling during ascension the most, because taking cloning first is the optimal thing in terms of how powerful you are during ascension, because, well, you want extra pops, right? Cloning is you start producing more pops right away, right? So by doing it in that order, you sacrifice a lot of power during your ascension for post-ascension power. It was still not worth it in multiplayer. Almost everyone would have, by the end, was going mutation, I believe. Like cloning as the first pick. I can't remember which one they'd go purity and which one they'd go mutation. And then you'd end up taking mutation as the tree overall, and basically just the benefit is you'd have cloning for the entire ascension duration, so you end up with like a couple thousand more pops by the end, which was certainly worth the slight efficiency drop. And ooh, is this already the completion of the second situation? Wow, yeah, that's faster than I thought. Okay, nice. Anyhow, this planet was supposed to be my mineral planet, so I'm literally just not going to build on it. Like, we're going to prioritize roboticists, deprioritize colonists, and I mean, I guess we'll build a luxury residence on it so it's not depressed, doesn't get any bad events. And then on this planet here, this will be our trading planet. So yeah, we'll build one of those when we can afford it. And let's step up the purchasing power here up to 40 of each. Wow, our economy is not as good as I thought. Yeah, I guess we're gonna need more trade. We need more we need more everything. We need more everything. What a classic, Stellaris classic. Hey guys, we need to fix our economy here. Yeah, what do we need to change? Everything. Oh, okay. Grand Archive. Why not? Dispose of them. Ooh, 1,000 food. Okay, that'll help our economy just a little bit. We're down to a tiny amount of alloys, and yeah, we're gonna take Unity again. This feels weird, but I think otherwise we just struggle. We would just struggle, I think, with the amount of Unity. So, yeah, what is this empire? Why is it not expanding? Usually, the empires love expanding more than anything else. But yeah, I guess that empire is kind of chilling there, which is fine, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get these robot assembly plants down and get a little bit of extra pop growth growing across our empire. Like right now, it's all robots, right, which doesn't do much. They're pretty inefficient. They cost quite a bit of alloys and whatever. But once they become droids, once we research that droid tech, and they start working as specialists, then we're talking, right? Then we're completely vibing. And that's kind of the goal here. And I guess I could deprioritize. I could start to micro some of these pops just to try to get a little bit more out of them. I wonder if these robots can automatically migrate. That would be useful, but I genuinely have no idea. But yeah, let's build the commercial zone. We want to eventually move all commercial zones to this planet. But we do also want to build a trade fed at some point, and yeah, we're still waiting on that. I'm also trying to double check whether I've actually built up all these mining stations and stuff. I guess we could use this as a choke point too. Like we're at 12. We're at 7 out of 12 capacity. Even with unyielding, we can't afford all of them. And oh, we do get Starhold. I think we'll just take that, but we need alloys so badly now. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the no upkeep production from when I was playing with this with Planet Scrapers. The upkeep is like what, 10 or 15% lower? I believe it's 15% lower, which is quite a bit. That'd be over 10 alloys at this point. So no, it wouldn't be over 10 alloys. It would be close to 10 alloys. But yeah, we don't have that here, so we'll work with what we got instead and just keep trying to make more alloys. 60 alloy upkeep is pretty brutal. Like we have 4 of these alloy plants, but yeah, we just got to swap this Nexus district over. But yeah, we're gonna have to play it slow too, because I don't want to accidentally bankrupt myself or anything like that. So yeah, we'll play it slow. And have I been playing on normal speed? I probably have. I'm probably yapping a bit too much. I'm very, I won't say I'm very good at yapping about nothing, but it tends to be what I do. I tend to yap about not much forever. I don't know I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, let's see. 46 civilians. Yeah, revolting pests. Yeah, this is one of the best events, right? It just gives you free gases, I believe. I believe it just gives you free gases. Like your pops just start producing them, which is obviously going to be a nice bonus to our economy, which is currently, well, currently needs work. Let's just say that. Let's just say that much. So yeah, I think the first order of business here will be to kind of rebuild this trade area and move some of the pops over to this trade area, and then yeah, this is just not going to work without droids. We really need droid tech. So yeah, this is the problem with what we've done with taking so much into Unity. Is hey, our Unity is good. Oh, this is going to help so much commercial enterprise. Yeah, this is going to boom our economy a little bit, which is nice, and boom in a good way is what I meant to say there. Oh my god, the energy credits are so brutal too. This is why we need a trade fed, is so that the only efficient job we have is traders, basically. Oh, negative 18 alloys, are you kidding me? Okay, prioritize the alloy jobs. Number 1, we do not need this. So let's disable that, and that'll move more job. Oh my god, we're at negative alloys. Let's purchase 4. We have 2,000 trade, right? So that's one of the few things we have. We're still negative. There's no way. It's because the... Oh my god, the happiness on this planet dropped. Why? Okay. We have consumer goods. It's 500 consumer goods, which is a lot. But we need to... Oh my gosh. 6 alloys? Oh my god, we're going bankrupt and everything. Wait, this is a great option. What? Invest at 50% output? Yo, I'd want that permanently. Can I keep that permanently? Now our energy credits, on the other hand. Yeah, okay, this is a little brutal. This is definitely a little bit brutal. No, that's not the purchase I wanted to drop. We don't need to buy minerals anymore. We have too many of those. Let's buy 50 energy credits. And let's just give ourselves 100 for a little bit of buffer. Yeah, this is the problem. It's because we're not producing energy credits, right? So we're only getting it from trade, and if our trade ever fails to go through, we're in trouble. So yeah, that's definitely a bit rough. We are at +1 energy credit. So this is kind of the torture that is playing with... yeah, this is just torture of playing knights, right? Take planet scrapers if you don't want to suffer like this. But I don't know why. I just wanted to take guardianship. It sounded fun. So we took guardianship instead. Anyhow, I guess we'll go with commerce next. Like, just finish off this tradition tree. Year 30 ascension start is pretty rough. We're overproducing consumer goods a little bit, so sell a few of those for now. Right, we can change that around later. And how do we want it? How do we want to run this, right? So we want to immediately get rid of this planet, reduce our empire size, right? So create a new sector. It's already a one planet sector because it's exactly on the edge. Otherwise, we'd go into our edit sector and remove it, and then we'll just create a vassal, random name. I don't really care to bother with a name and that kind of thing. They are also completely stuck. I don't think they can expand, right? Which is kind of funny. And let's release them now. Release subject. And just start to befriend them. Establish an embassy, improve relations, send an envoy, right? And by the time we find Federation tech, they'll probably be happy with us. And at this point, too, I'm also going to leave my techs blank because these are all relatively expensive. Like Corvettes is the cheapest tech I see there, and we're not producing the same amount of engineering. So we're going to unlock all of these through agendas. That's going to be the way we're going to find the robotics techs that we need to improve here. Oh, we find this guy. I always like this leader. They have a nice EXP bonus. So the problem is we have only 2 scientists on this council. That feels horrible. But yeah, we'll still put them in because, you know, driven educator, just a great trait to have. Anything good here? Commercial pact, progressive growth. I guess it does something. We're not going to be keeping it for very long, but hey, we're up to 400 unity now, so that's nice. Market fee minus 10%. Nice, nice, nice. And do we want to take anything here specifically? Honestly, tech ascendancy could be pretty good. Yeah, tech ascendancy, and then we go into research focus, and we go industry, because I believe industry contains robots, droids, etc., etc., etc. And I don't think we need to focus on anything specific for physics and society yet. But yeah, let's like that should help us a decent amount. And yeah, I guess we'll just continue to build up engineering tech as we get closer and closer to like only 20 months away. Oh my gosh, I just realized our alloys are negative again. Should I do the suicidal thing? Boom, heavy industry. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get that to be our second heavy industry. That'll fix all of those issues. Let's resettle the robotic servants to our capital. Let's buy a good chunk of these and resettle a bunch of Alari back over. Now, we don't have a lot of worker Alari, so we're going to have to resettle specialist Alari. Wait, why is it really cheap? When did they make reselling specialists so cheap? Huh. I did not realize that. Okay, let's reset. Why'd I buy alloys? We just click the invest in metallurgist button, the best button I've ever seen. That button is ridiculous, by the way. I love that button. It's my new favorite button, I think. And why is this planet just permanently depressed? Is it because of my factions? What's wrong with my factions? Ah, yeah, it's so hard to make a militarist faction happy. No label capacity, just local rivalry. No conquest. Yeah, I guess that was a bit of a mistake, taking militarist to go guardianship. It's so easy to satisfy like spiritualist or materialist or whatever. Like, they're just kind of happy. But I guess we don't have that there, so hey, what can we do? Afford make the 45 minerals. Not worried, not worried. But yeah, look at the amount of alloys we have now, though. Plus 21, beautiful. And our consumer goods situation isn't even looking that bad. Very nice. Very nice. So you have 2,000 metallurgists now. And I reckon we should have a few civilians to move over. Yeah, we can move some of these workers over. We don't want any Alari workers. So, you know, Alaris, we got robotics now. Okay, the robotics can work for us instead while we we work the specialist jobs. You know, we're the vibers out here. What is this? Negative 13 consumer. Yeah, just we need a little more trade still. So we need to get this second trade planet built back up to the same extent as our original planet here, and then that would be great. Yeah, oh, perfect. And we can start ascending now. So not might over matter, not biomorphosis, synthetic evolution. I think synth is the best ascension now, specifically like virtuality synth from Biological Empire is probably the best singular ascension in the entire game, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know what button I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for artificial specialist. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, if you had rolled it already, then you're super lucky because this one will go straight to artificial administration. But instead, we need to do a bit of a a thing here. We need to do agenda, tech, agenda, tech. So that's probably going to take over 10 years, which is a little bit unfortunate, but hey, we did what we could, right? We did what we could. Do I have Federation tech yet? I don't think so. Yeah, no Federation code. So yeah, bit of a waiting spree now. I guess we could play in fastest, like an absolute degenerate. I generally recommend against fastest just because no matter how well you think you're playing, you're always missing something somehow, some way. Although, if you're good, you shouldn't have a problem with that either, right? I see a lot of the best players play with like fastest pause spam, and I'm just not very good at that. Like they go fastest for like a little bit, they get a pop up, and then they stop, and then they always have something queued somehow. I just mess it up, and then I have nothing queued, and then I'm sad, and then my empire sucks. That's okay. Do I want to go chemical plants already? Yeah, we probably want to get a head start in chemical plants. We want both a chemical plant and a gas refinery, which is going to be really expensive mineral-wise. But we do want both. And then we should be able to get mining from our mineral zone, if we are lucky. Let's take a look. Yeah, crystal reef. Perfect. Because we will eventually need that. We will eventually need to actually populate that mineral zone. So I guess we'll get both these rare resources going now, and we can just disable them and re-enable them as needed. Yeah, don't really need anything there. I guess we could do this. It's one of the cheaper techs. I guess food subsidy is even cheaper, but that unlocks new techs. So, what do we want here? I don't know. Astral actions. Just the buttons. I don't think I've ever completed astral actions. By the way, I just don't like clicking those buttons. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it. Agarian Idol, perfect. Pacifist. I believe this quest is 1 and then 2, but I might need to check my Google Doc. So let's see if I have that open. Oh, I do. Let's go. So this is, we're currently on quest 4, so this is the reward for quest 3. And it says 1 and then 2. Okay. I wonder if 2 is still the best option here. Let's see, what do we even get for that? Citizen Pop Happiness plus 10% for 1,000 Unity? Is that worth it? I don't know. Or remove a blight upon the land. I guess we'll take that. It costs 1,000 Unity, but we already started the Ascension, and we're now producing a very healthy amount of Unity relative to our tech, since we've taken Unity like 8 times in a row. It feels like. But yeah, our next take definitely needs to be tech, because our tech is struggling with 220, but 400 Unity at least. Hey, no complaints there. That's nice. Yeah, let's get more commercial zones going here, right? That's probably the name of the game now. We can disable all colonists. I can't imagine we need any. Oop, excuse me there. Yeah, we have some civilian robots, but hey, we'll have droids soon. Oh no, here's the void worms. I'm never ready for it, as you see here, and they are in my capital, like the dickheads they are. Oh my god, I just realized they're gonna bombard 25% of the pops off one of my planets here. Okay, we have 800 alloys. So what's the build order here? Ship designer, defense platform, heavy station. This is probably about the best we could do with them. Like, what weapons do void worms use? I actually don't even know. I somehow don't know after this long of gameplay. It's relatively early. You're 36 void worm. And then I guess, do I want to yeah, it's probably worth putting defenses on it. I don't know what kind of weapons they use, so we'll just, that's not what I want to do. We'll just put a bit of everything, and then we'll save that, turn on auto upgrade, why not? And then we'll go defense. It's 500 alloys? What does Eternal Vigilance do these days? Let's take a look. Eternal Vigilance, trade policy, economic policy, nope. Warflaw. I swear it should be easier to find than this, no? Nightly duties, no. Purge. Does this no longer give access to... Oh, Eternal Vigilance is a perk that I didn't take, right? So yeah, I guess we'll go defense platform for 500 freaking alloys. That's ridiculous. And then we'll go target uplink computer, and we can't even afford a Starhold. And then hopefully, with guardianship, bombardment reduction, we won't get completely destroyed. At least hopefully it kills just a bunch of the robots, if anything. But I still don't want it to. Yeah, I don't even know if this defense platform will get this station to an appreciable level to kill a void worm, though. since our military tech is so bad. Maybe it will be enough, you know? Maybe it will be. I feel like I would want a second one. Can we afford it? Yeah, we can. Let's do that. Defenses. Yeah, because it's only 60 days for a defense platform, so. And I believe I already have Fortify the Border on, so we can't build any faster. And hey, with Guardianship, it doesn't look like it bombards so fast, you just instantly lose, which is nice. Because without Guardianship, that does tend to be what it feels like, so. Yeah, I guess this is the best defense attempt we can do. Obviously, we can't really build enough knights to actually make it happen. We're losing alloys like nothing. We haven't lost pops yet, but we're going to start to lose pops quite soon. Oh, we're only at 1.8k. Definitely not what I was hoping for. No, we definitely can't afford Stronghold too, but Stronghold takes forever, right? Like, how long does Stronghold take? Yeah, 360 days. It's actually not that long. But yeah, like, I don't mind that the Void Worms spawn this early, right? That's not a problem, right? What I don't like is how fast they bombard your planet to shit. Like, if you're not ready for it, they just come take 20% of your pops, whatever it is, and then they're gone, right? Like, before you can react, before you can build anything specific to counter them, they're just in and out. Goodbye, colony. Colony is now sad, like that kind of thing, right? So, not my favorite thing to deal with for sure. And oh, I just realized we're selling food. I guess we should be selling food, looking at our economy, but I guess we don't have to buy this many minerals either. And is our target uplink computer done yet? Nope. Nope. It's getting awfully close to 25%. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for that second platform. And as you can see, that destruction is destroying our alloy economy, which definitely sucks. Did we lose a alloy foundry? No, we didn't. Oh, we're losing amenities. We're losing everything. It's kind of painful, guys. Come on, target uplink computer. 40 days. Go 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 go. Yeah, we don't have access to gravity snares. Not that I hate researching gravity snares. It just messes up your thing forever. I wonder if this 1.8k station can actually beat this 2k void worm. I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea. Hit ratio. Why do I have medium mass drivers in there? Didn't even know. Okay. But I guess we're doing okay. The void worms have a much higher hit rate than me, but I mean, we seem to be doing decent damage there. I mean, we have a lot more lasers than anything else, right? So, yeah, these seem to be good to hull and armor, which tends to be what a lot of biological stuff has more of. I still can't tell if we're winning or not. I'm very bad at telling if you're winning a confrontation. These UIs, I mean, I'm sure they're great for whoever understands them, but like, man, are they not the most readable, I would say. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that platform was indeed enough. So we actually killed a void worm, guys. We actually did it. Not bad. But yeah, in the meantime, our planet is still completely messed up, though. So unfortunately, I guess the plan is just buy like 14 alloys until the planet fixes itself. That should be the plan here. And oh, commercial pact, sure. Non-aggression pact, don't need that. Research agreement, that'll make my my faction happier, so I might as well. I don't really need influence at this point. Like, this is basically my final empire. I have. Did I anger the rest of the void worms by killing the void worms? Was that a mistake? Oh, they're guarding my black hole. Of course they are. Yeah, if these guys attack me, however, as a mid-game crisis at year 50, I don't feel like I will be ready for that. Which is a little unfortunate. That's okay. Progressive growth. Is there any short ones we have? No, we don't have a single short agenda. So we have to do a 111 month agenda. Oh dear. Yeah, a decade was optimistic there. Let's say that. Are any of these even good? Give and take. Faction approval. Sure. We need some faction approval because somehow that's a problem. There we go. We can go back to a higher speed now, and we can research the droids. That'll help us with our total pop count quite a bit, actually. Oh, we can start to research some military techs too. You know, that seems like it could be a wise idea. Yeah, and we can start to upgrade a couple of these, you know, here and there. Upgrade the capital. It's not bad. Things are working out okay, and we can stop buying alloys now that the destruction is falling off. Yeah, the alloys should be getting more and more efficient as we speak. So, pretty good. Definitely pretty good here. I think we just want to save this for once we're ascended, right? It's going to be, with like the amount of empire size we have, 260. It's going to be quite a bit, and yeah, these are hard to reduce now, aren't they? Yeah, corporate plus corporate protectorate is definitely pretty bad from colonies, but luckily this build plays really quite tall, in the sense that realistically, our entire empire size is going to come from one alloy planet dedicated, potentially two late game, one planet for minerals, right, and habitat for tech and nav cap, maybe two, right, and then a fully maxed trade planet should more than cover other things when combined with a Dyson sphere for energy credits. So yeah, I think the taller kind of playstyle we're going for here is definitely viable. It's not the best, with just how debilitatingly bad guardianship is these days in terms of empire size. They really did guardianship dirty. I think they really don't want people to hit 0% empire size from pops, but I mean, it's still possible with evolutionary predators, just not practical in the sense of who wants to spend an hour in a playthrough just making templates, which is kind of necessary. But hey, I mean, like, right now it's not possible. It probably won't be for a while. It's a little sad. It was already a niche playstyle to go for 0% empire size from pops. It just wasn't practical, right? Like, why bother spending so much to go for something where, like, how much empire size would you have with a maxed out biological build with like 6 planets, right? You probably have 450 empire size, which is like what, plus 70% tech and tradition costs, which great, big whoop when you have 10,000 tech and 3,000 unity production at year 70. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it just wasn't worth the cost of trying to get to 0% empire size. But nowadays, right, I guess it's the one way where you can still go infinite. I guess if you turn on basically any build growth scaling off, you can get some pretty good pop growth, but not in the same way you can with Felsic and budding and crystallization on the same pop you can with evolutionary predators, which is just a pretty cool trait to have, I guess, especially since like like pleasure seekers and loop tanks and mutagenic have all been nerfed to the ground. None of them feel the same as they used to, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on the way you look at it. But yeah, since there's no good techs here, I'm just gonna hold my tech until we're ready to launch the next agenda and that kind of thing. So that could be a while though. So yeah, we're just gonna hold on for that. And in the meantime, I guess we'll just slowly be working on our planets. Not a huge deal all around. We have a little bit of spare trade now, so we can buy some extra consumer goods. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is, despite the fact that we barely have a consumer goods excess, and we're on a 50% consumer goods trade policy right now. When we go down to whatever a trade fed is, it's way worse. That's going to get a lot worse. But we also have pops, right, to spare now at this point. Looks like we have a lot of pops working food. Definitely don't want that. And these are now droids, right? So I can move them over. And do I even have robo-modding? No, I don't. I have exactly 0 template points from row. Ooh, commercial megaplex is huge, actually, as a tech to pull there. As I believe that's an efficiency modifier building. So, yeah, that's going to be excellent to have. And we could put a commercial nexus down and start to really start scaling pretty hard there. And this is a dead tech roll. Let's take the cheapest one. Not bad at all. I guess we could and should also go for things like the ally reclamation plant now. We are definitely not having the most moats, but we can buy a few. We can just buy a few and get that built. That'll save us quite a bit, actually. So yeah, that's probably worth it. Let's get the ally reclamation plant. Save us some minerals. Save us. These are mostly just minerals, actually. But yeah, now we're producing a little bit of consumer goods with the few pops moved over to our trade planet. And then with this commercial nexus built, we'll be able to build the commercial megaplex on it. And yeah, things are looking fine. Well, guys, I think we've entered the stage of the game that is probably the reason that gives me like moments to complain since Stellaris 4.2, which is this is kind of the lull state, I would call it. This is basically the stage of the game where you're waiting to ascend, and because situations and stuff just take longer than they used to, you're just sitting here on fast forward with not much to do. Like your empire is not changing very much. Like I'm not gonna go to war with this economy, right? Like, so the best. Ooh, there's some interesting options. Distribution manager is probably not even bad these days, but like we're just waiting for a tradition to pass or something like this. 21,000 unity is definitely not worth it. We'll do it when it goes down to like probably 4 to 5,000 unity. It might be worth it, as like, we're still pretty productive unity wise, and we are definitely not productive wise emotes for moats. But I guess there's a very simple solution to this. We have a ton of excess trade. Just buy a moat. Just buy a moat. And I believe we should also, we've been fast forwarding for a while. Wow, we don't. Our text speed is so slow. Last time in testing, I tried to go only one extra point into Unity, and I thought it was just too slow. Let's see, we're on quest 5, we're on quest reward 4. My guide says option 2, and then option 1 looks to be right. Nice, nice, nice. And yeah, I think it just gives a little bit of extra space, but not one of the best benefits. I would love if there was an extra round now for knights. Like, what I mean is, you know, every single time you finish a quest, you get an option of something that's not that good, or your knights get more efficient, right? I personally think your knights should get more efficient at least one more time, right? Give us one more round of knight power, because the endgame knights just don't diff other empires that much anymore, which is a bit of a disappointment in terms of how the game feels to play. We still have 2 star bases left, so I guess I could start to upgrade some of these economic star base stations another round, which is kind of funny. But yeah, these ones are expensive alloy wise, so it'll take a while before I can afford them. And oh, we get Form Federation too, thankfully, finally. 9,000 unity to skip 28 months? I'm not sure about that. Yeah, so yeah, Galcom. Galcom on this galaxy shape is kind of rare, to be honest, because it's hard to come. Oh, we don't have crystal mining. No. Okay. I think I do have crystal plants, right? Yeah, I do. We'll just build a crystal plant. We'll disable this for now. We don't really need that. It's just eating minerals. How much minerals am I getting from space? This is ridiculous. 130 minerals from stations with no arc furnace. Pretty wild. That's like an arc furnace number for minerals, but yeah, very soon we'll be able to build that too. And should I skip this now? 8,000 unity. It just feels so expensive now. But it's the one bottleneck from us ascending, so I guess we'll take it, and we can start another favorite society at least. That's a feels good moment. And then nope. Oh, that wasn't even synthetic. We have to do this agenda too. Oh my gosh. Maybe we should have taken statecraft, guys. But what do I drop? Do you drop prosperity for statecraft? Not with this many minerals from space, right? Do you drop fortification for the defense? Like, how much defense army? It's 50 unity, right? Like, that's a lot. That's about as much as one round of extra knights unity. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not sure what you should drop there. That's an interesting one. Let me. No, oh, that's why I don't need gases. I have the funny gas trait, right? I have the funny gas trait. Not interested to move along, and I should be able to get a federation here, which should be a pretty big economic boom. Actually, clone vats. It's a bit late for clone vats, isn't it? Normally, clone vats are actually really nice near the early game if you happen to get them. I would highly recommend it, but Form Federation, Trade League, Acceptance should be really great because, well, we've been friends with those guys for a long time, and we also get a ton of communication. They are so good at getting communication. They obviously cheat at it, but do we want a Shroud Teacher? We can't even afford it, so no, not yet. But yeah, okay, let's see. With our new trade fed, we're about even. We're pretty positive, and we get even more unity than we used to have, which is nice. Yeah, having unity engines is just completely underrated in the game. I think if you're stuck on like unity from factions and that kind of thing these days, you're just never going to it feels like you're never going to scale. Unity scaling is really, really good, actually. Like, you need traditions, you need to, well, ascend, and then you need to finish your ascension tradition, and then you need more perks to get, you know, Ecumenopoli, and that kind of thing. And these are all very important things that are gated behind not only tech, but also Unity. And I think people often ignore the Unity part of that equation, and then face the consequences of that, which is definitely not pretty. Or it's actually fine, right? You play the game how you want to. It's look at the price to skip these agendas, crazy. But 446 Unity. I mean, there's really no way around it. You have a little bit too much Unity if you take Unity twice as your night reward, and you have a little bit too little Unity if you take it only once. So yeah, the perfect balance is not easy to find there. So I guess that's fine. I guess that is fine. Now let's look at these knights, man. 77 alloys upkeep. We'd be producing nearly 100 alloys if it weren't for the crazy knights upkeep. But hey, they are a really powerful job, so I guess why not? I am interested in one thing though, which is I'm kind of curious what kind of alloy numbers we'll be looking at near the late game, considering how heavily we're avoiding that now. And I guess we'll go Plasma Thrower, because Plasma Autocannon is a decent early game ship. And even though we're not in the early game anymore at year 50, but we're keeping up in tech and economy with the Grand Admiral no scaling AIs, which I'm actually kind of impressed by. Oh, is this a PreFTL? Why are they so tiny still? I guess my little guy who's almost PreFTL just doesn't have the economy to expand. He's right next to the Yankee Matriarch, my Empire, some Space Amoeba. Like, he's gonna be there for a while. I'm curious when we'll see the first ship from them. That's a funny one. Good for them, though. Good for them. They're trying. They're trying to exist in their tiny little world there. I guess we could just clear some blockers in the meantime. Like, it always feels weird to be doing nothing on your planets, if you know what I mean. Like, and it often seems to be the case, right? So, should I be looking at the numismatic orders? Astral actions. Boom. Click the button. Click the button. Enigmatic guests. Safety of our people will come first. Don't want them putting destruction on my planets. Although they might put tech on your planet too, so hey, you never know. Statistician. Do I want an analyst? Late game, yes. Late game, I actually definitely do want an analyst, but now I want a statistician more. But I have 3 statisticians, so I'm going to go with an analyst, because we do want an analyst to go onto our habitat later on. I do believe analyst bonuses do work on habitats. I know they're my Empire leader, but we'll get them off at some point. I mean, megacorps are basically oligarchic, right? We could probably get them off now if we really wanted to, but man, we're up to lasers, or green lasers. Actually pretty good. Actually pretty good tech. And, oh, this has been launchable for a while. Hopefully it's not been launchable for too long, and I'm not that dumb. But, yeah, we can go ahead and take this now. 40 months, right? This is why I haven't researched a tech, is we probably have like 1 million engineering tech stored up. I believe yellow means you're using stored up tech. I'm not sure, though. Like, it could be. I could be wrong. But, yeah, that's going to go pretty fast now. And I guess we could put even more strongholds on these planets, right? No problems there. So, yeah, not bad. We're finally making some decent progress. And if I'm being honest, I gotta go for a break because I've been talking for 1 hour and 20 minutes and I'm tired.
And we're back here. Let's see, what were we up to specifically? We were probably, oh no, Void Worm Plague about to start. 300,000. That's the mid-game crisis. We are not surviving that. So, does this run come to an end here? Hey, remember that gravity stairs technology? I don't think it would help us anymore, but, yeah, if this thing attacks, well, that's not going to be survivable, isn't it? And it definitely looks like they're moving. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I am not excited to see how this goes, but, maybe they don't attack right away. Is there any way we can avoid that? Yeah, eradicate the void worms. I mean, it's like even before they started evolving, it was like what, 20k, something like that. That's realistically not going to happen, right? So yeah, 50 years crisis. Knights looks like a bit of a death wish here. What if we just sit back and pray that they take forever to move out, you know? Or we could use the console to kill them. That might be a plan if we're having a fun time and want to continue. Yeah, like that could definitely be a thing. But yeah, it does not look like our knights are gonna skull. Hey, look at that! We made it to the next quest. What is this? This is the quest reward 5, according to my guide. Where do I have it open here? We want to click option 3, and then option 2, and all we get is Unity, no upgrade. Man, that's a little sad. Oh, we do get an upgrade. Let's go. Food. There's no way. There's no way food is an option, and research boost for your knights is also an option. There's no way that's real. Hey, gravity snares. Let's not take that. I mean, you're not gravity snaring 360k of woodworms. But maybe you can. Oh my god, they're everywhere. You know what? We'll try it. We'll try it. It could be funny. You know, it could make them rampage. I don't really know. You usually don't get the Voidworm Plague at year 50. You know, even though you have the mid-game crisis set to year 50, for some reason it usually spawns at year 75, which is honestly an enormous difference in 4.2, but in 4.3, that 20 years. Honestly, you're not scaling that much unless you're playing a really good build, like Shroud Forge or something like that. Like Shroud Forge year 50 is okay, but by year 70, you're looking at true 100k plus fleets if that's what you're looking for, and with good designs, you know, you could take on something like this. But here, I'm really not sure what the plan is. I guess it really will be to just throw nets at them, and hopefully that's enough, because we're not beating that with fleets. That's for absolute sure right there. And well, we have gravity snares now. I mean, that didn't take long with 500 tech. Nice. Like, do these even launch at the Voidworm Plague? They do. Would you look at that? Well, we'll have everybody try to capture space fauna, and we'll get a couple extra science ships, I guess. You know, increase the amount of fauna we're launching at. I don't think we need that. I mean, that's a decent tech, but we'll go with that. Ooh, extra civic. Don't mind if I do. You always got to take. That's also an upgrade to your capital building, which in a lot of cases, I don't know if it's this specific case too, where it gives you an extra roboticist job. Yeah, I mean, this one doesn't, but max corporate buildings, +2, planetary defense armies, all these little bonuses do add up, and a decent efficiency unity job just by itself is always a nice thing to have. And, like, as you can see, our economy is honestly doing pretty good. Right, like, we're able to pretty easily sustain ourselves. We're throwing some nets at the void worms. This is somehow actually working. I didn't know that would be the case, to be honest. And I guess they don't start rampaging right away. You do have some time. Which is definitely nice. I'm not even going to go over scientist capacity. I am that greedy here. But, yeah, this is going to be one busy scientist here. Trying to defeat an entire nest of void worms with just gravity snares is pretty funny. On 10x, too, right? So there's 10. Oh! Our leader! What happened? Did they... How did they die? Did they just die? Oh, they just retired or died of old age. Okay. Unfortunate there. Ooh, rare crystal extraction. We do want that. We also want upgraded habitation districts, because we do want to get the orbital rings up and running. It's one of the few good efficiency modifiers available for alloys, which we of course want. Like, upgrading these buildings doesn't do much, right? Oh, I do think, let's see, we have the alloy reclamation plant, but we don't yet have, we don't need this on this capital anymore either. But what we don't have is we don't have the alloy something industry building. I guess we don't have it unlocked yet. But there's the one that makes it a little more efficient too. So we definitely want to get that later on. I think it's like 10% now. I guess we don't need this. I guess we could use plasma. Plasma is a great addition to endgame cruisers, which, you know, I typically don't like to build fleets in the mid game because, I mean, let's be honest. This is the flaw with playing against Grand Admiral AIs. Is you simply cannot outscale them early enough so that it's worth building mid-game fleets. And if you can outscale the AI on mid-game fleets, you obviously should, and then you should use that to take Grand Admiral vassals, which are a little bit too good for your economy to feel fair to use, I guess. So, yeah, I guess I'll get a second scientist up here, keep launching some void worms. I guess we're collecting a lot of void worm data, which is nice for our society tech tree. Cool, I guess. Very, very cool. Honestly, I haven't fought a Voidworm Plague for long enough, so I'm surprised that they don't start rampaging right away. We have 5% meddlers efficiency or destroyers. I think I actually want to go destroyers here because I want to start gradually teching up here. And oh yeah, we also don't need food anymore, so we can just sell the entirety of our food, which is a nice touch. And another thing we can do, I've just kind of realized this, is we can actually use, first of all, are we doing the situation as fast as we can? Where is our synthesization situation? Are we not How long have I been playing without? Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, I apologize greatly for anyone who noticed that. But I guess we only have 11. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's silly of me. That is really, really silly of me. This is why you don't take a break in the middle of your game, because you forget where you were at progression-wise, and I completely forgot that we hadn't already started this process. So we're ascending like 5 to 10 years late, guys. It's not a huge deal. Now, this is kind of a hard part. I really don't know what I want to go here. Like, decentralized R&D is kind of nice. Franchising, don't need that. Hyperspace, +2 planet sensor range, 10% sublight speed. Hey, you never know. Vaults of knowledge, not really useful. Letters of mark, don't need. I mean, those are nice bonuses, but not game-changing. Naval capacity +15%. Don't really need that. Don't need pharmacist capacity. Right, this is the problem I find. Empire effects per skill level, stability per soldier. That's actually pretty funny. Do knight soldiers count? Probably not. They usually don't count for the same category, which is annoying. Private prospectors, empire size from systems and planets. Hey, that's a nice, always does something, civic. Not the most useful, but shareholder values is probably what I want, to be honest. Yeah, just the extra alloy efficiency bonus is nice. Extra minerals from miners is nice. We don't want to go worker co-op because then we need to produce consumer goods the old-fashioned way, which is not what we want to do. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take that. It does something, right? So let's get our head of research back. Let's get... Yeah, here's the sad thing is you only get 2 scientists on your council, with a setup like this. So just pick one of these leaders. Doesn't really matter which one too much. Secretary of Defense. Yeah, I guess we'll go 2 commanders on council. That can be nice. And then, honestly, at this point, a chief extraction officer. Do we have a egalitarian? We have one of each leader type, so that should get our council to be as happy as it can be. Although the militarist faction will never be very happy, as also shares an authoritarian, which is quite annoying. And yeah, being a member of a research cooperative, okay. Science Without Borders 3, that's not going to happen. And we're not even leading in tech. So yeah, none of our factions are very happy. Unfortunate there. And I guess we'll just go upgraded habitat at this point. 500 tech, it's okay. I know we had cruisers in that role, could have taken that too. Not really sure what the best option was there, if I'm being completely honest, but unfortunately, we've delayed our synthesization situation by an absolutely insane amount. Oh, this bar has to fill up before they actually start playing. Search for a cure. Lock other approaches for 3 years. Monthly situation. Huh. I don't want to excel these creatures. Like, can I defeat it by literally just capturing all of them? I have no idea. But yeah, that makes the situation go faster, which I'm not sure if that's what I want. But I do want extra alloys, so hey, that's something. Let's hire another scientist, I guess, and get them to start capturing space fauna, and maybe they can get cut through this massive block of void worms. At least they're near our space, so we can see what's going on, which is actually quite nice. Yeah, let's just start preparing for fleets, even though we're unlikely to be able to build a lot. Because I don't believe I have arc furnace tech yet, because yeah, our engineering tree has been really swamped down by a lot of other techs, which is a bit annoying. But hey, we can start to upgrade our habitat just a little bit. I don't even have a military upgrade yet. No, we don't have that building. But at least we have the Coordinated Fulfillment Center, which eats a tiny bit of Unity, but those are massive, massive bonuses. And it's pop growth speed, it's not pop assembly speed, which obviously very soon will be our main source of everything. So that's quite nice, to be honest. And I think we could even put in a little purchase for just a few sneaky alloys. And this coordinated fulfillment center is one of the nicer ways to scale up alloys when you're playing a somewhat greedy build that doesn't have a lot of alloy bonuses, and you're materialist and not spiritualist, because a lot of the good builds are spiritualist these days, right, for the extra unity. So when you can go non-spiritualist and still have good unity through knights and trade, we can take that as a pretty nice bonus there. Fauna capture amount, fauna capture chance. Right, I hate going down this tech tree, but I mean our tech will be pretty good. But even with 2 scientists full-time trying to grab fauna, I think we might be a little slow. So let's send the 3rd science ship in to just keep launching snares at them. Right, we have good amount of energy credits from trade and stuff, so we do want to make more. And yeah, a situation we should have been at 10 years earlier. But hey, what's the timing when you can just have a good chill time and vibe, right? I guess we go Discovery here. See, this used to apply to knights, because there used to be researchers and bureaucrats. I have no idea if faith in science still applies to knights. If I were to guess, it doesn't. I know that there's one thing in archivism, or is it here? Yeah, this was actually a lie too. Job efficiency per planetary governor skill level. It doesn't do what it says, from what I'd heard from people in chats, and they're very smart, so I'll believe them. And if I'm completely wrong, somebody please let me know in chat, because I don't want to be spreading misinformation. I just sometimes accidentally end up doing it. Like in my Shroudforge video, you're apparently supposed to go with the composer, which is my bad completely. You know, I did not know. So yeah, unfortunate there. We could go domination. Cosmic clogging, that's annoying. Worker output. Do knights count as workers, or do they count as specialists? It's so confusing, the way they've divided the pop classes, and they don't clearly show what pop class they count as. I'm not a big fan of that, but yeah, let's take a look at our knights and see what efficiency modifiers are even affecting them right now. We got industrialists, robot assembly plants. Did not know that. That affected their efficiency. Pursuit of profit, planet devastation. Oh, that's from a cosmic storm. High stability, nice. Public funeral for extra unity, nice, nice, nice. And yeah, like I know, for example, very strong should be affecting them, but why don't I see that anywhere as a modifier? You know, like this game is so confusing the way it's programmed. Like, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Let's click the alt and just see per pop. Yeah, that per pop output is pretty mediocre, eh? I mean, I guess 3 of each tech is pretty good, and 8 unity is extremely good, but man, I miss the days where you used to be able to build a unity building. What's it called? Not the corporate culture site, but the Vault of Acquisitions, and as a megacorp, they would start producing trade too. How fun was that? I guess we'll go with 25% engineering research for a year. It's just a shorter modifier, right? So yeah, there's so many like modifiers and stuff that affect the game in such weird and funny ways. It's even difficult as a guy who plays a few hours every day to really understand what is going on. Oh, and do we got raider fleets too? Did we accidentally not pay off the raiders or something? Hopefully not. Oh my god, there's so many void worms. Hey, look, we've made our way most of the way through that pile. Hey, maybe void worm nets are really OP. But yeah, there we go. I guess we'll just start. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky that their nest is close enough to me that I've actually noticed where it is, and I guess we can go destroy the nests. Oh my god, one of them is so far away. Yeah, we're not gonna find that nest, I guess. So maybe we could fly our science ships up and take a look, though. That's a real possibility, to be honest. But yeah, at the end of the day, it looks like it's a little far, so I'm a little scared. Although this is going slower than our synth situation, though. So hey, we have a chance. We definitely have a chance to react to this, which is not bad at all. Yeah, let's get rid of our food districts, right? We don't need those anymore. Oh, we're even piling up civilians, so that's not bad. I mean, that's not good. We should max that out. Monthly unity for 6 months. Basically, always just want to do ones that only run for a few months. We don't want synth opposition, obviously. And very, very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, this void worm nest is almost gone, right? So Where are so the first woodworm nest was here. I should really be reading those pop-ups, shouldn't I? The second one is, oh, that's in our vision somewhere. And then this one is, oh, I was clicking the wrong buttons. This one is up here. So these two we have access to. We could actually destroy those, right? I'm kind of curious at what point. Oh, we need to kill a 5K station. Man, I don't want to build enough ships to kill a 5K station. Let's research this again. Let's research the next tier as we're not interested in whatever that is. And yeah, okay. Oh, that's about to finish, which is nice. Yeah, see, Vault of Acquisitions. This thing also used to work on knights. No longer. +2 trade per manager. Yep, that worked on knight jobs, making your knights produce trade, which then more than sustained themselves. Because it also used to be 4, I think. What a world we lived in. I wish that still existed. It was so fun. Ooh, machine template systems. Good, we get that now. That means we can hopefully get binary motivators for the +3 trait picks next. That thing is really good, and we're expanding the council. Oh, you know what I should have taken next? We should take statecraft, right? It better level our leaders up late than never, right? Because we don't need nav cap with knights. You have so much nav cap. It's crazy. You used to be able to max out your nav cap from knights jobs pretty easily. I think it was like 2 habitats to max it out. Nowadays, I'm not sure if we could do it with 5. Who goes there? Right, there's only one option. We just click the only one available. And I believe this is also where we get to expand our habitat if we have dark matter. 12 months. Readers from jobs. Fund heritage sites. Yeah, fund heritage sites for sure. And I believe it's the second option here. Although I'm going to make a save. This is like the first save I've made. Because this is a really important decision. I believe it's the second one. Yep. Boom. And that should give us the option to expand our habitat. Boom. Let's see if we get the decision here. Oh no, this is extra knights jobs. The next one is the habitat expansion. Oh my god, I always confuse the quest number and the quest reward, right? Because the number displayed here is the previous quest. So actually, yeah, this was, did we even collect the right options then? This should have been 6. I was looking at 6. It's just extra knights jobs. Okay, yeah, that's the best we could have done, I guess. But yeah, we're almost at 700 tech now, which is nice. And we do get binary motivators. Perfect. That'll be kind of just in time for our synthesization situation, which is very, very nice. Planetary storm negation, obviously, don't need to worry too much about that kind of thing. And the gravity snares are doing a great job. We're almost through this, but at some point we have to kill the 2 nests, which I know they're kind of weak in terms of design. A lot of the AI stuff is, but I mean, our ship designs aren't much better right now. I would like to get at least protons or something to take them on. Yeah, with this amount of tech, it shouldn't be hard either. Because this situation, even at 1.0 speed, is not going very fast. And yeah, let's turn this back to 0.5 and just get it to progress as soon as possible. Let's see. When we get to the end of this situation, acute moat deficits. Oh. I guess that's not a hard problem. Oh no, I do not want to buy 21. Let's buy 3. That will fix our mode. Let's just buy 10 to immediately go positive. And oh my god, this thing declines so slowly. Why? Excuse me there. Is there anything that makes... Ooh, produced by chemists. Upkeep for chemists. 25%. Chemists don't exist anymore. I love Stellaris. What does this do? Does this increase the output of our alloys too? Because our alloy jobs are shared? Or does it increase only the output of motes? Or does it do nothing? I don't know, that might have just done nothing at all. Yeah, because chemists don't exist anymore. Man, this game is funny. Like, it's too complicated for even the devs, man. Like, even they don't know what's going on, it looks like. Compensate the families and carry on. Yep, we don't want to slow down the situation. Oh, mon dieu, our energy credit situation is questionable. Question, do we need an energy planet? Man, I don't want to deal with an energy planet. I thought we'd have enough energy just by existing. Yeah, I guess we could upgrade some of these star bases, to be honest. I was hoping we wouldn't have to, but I believe the solar panels are still slightly more efficient. Oh my god, look at the negative modifiers. Maybe the trade is more efficient. Should we do some math? Okay. Let's take a look at our trade policy. They keep changing it, so I've never memorized it for a long time. One trade earns us 0.3 energy credits. Okay, the trade is definitely more efficient at this point. So we should swap these habitats over to trade habitats. These star bases over to trade stations. And it should even generate more energy just through that, and also consumer goods and Unity, which could be pretty strong, right? Yeah, upgraded housing there is nice. We want to probably take torpedoes at some point. We still have 2 unbuilt stations. We should get those built too. I mean, we have 110 alloys now as we gradually convert this planet into an entirely alloy-based planet. And then this can be, no generator district here. It's good to have an emergency district, right? This can be completely minerals. And that's probably fine, right? Yeah. If we get 500 pops to this planet, upgrade it at some point. We're buying 40 minerals. It's not enough. We somehow don't have arc furnaces. It's because we don't have... we do have tech ascendancy. We have tech ascendancy. We have... oh, it's because we're an industry, aren't we? Let's swap it over. Engineering focused. Let's swap this over to materials. I believe arc furnace is a material. Don't ask me why. It sounds like voidcraft or industry to me, but hey, I don't make the rules. I just play the game. And, subsidized identity backups. We don't want to activate that yet, but we do want to activate the next one, which is the assembly speed one when we get access to that. That we do want. And at least the tags are starting to go by quickly. We get the option to expand our habitat next, which is nice with Science Plus districts, and then we're talking about slaying the toxic god. Wow, that sucks. That means we only get to take research twice, which is, look at that first roll. But how are we going to generate enough energy? That's an interesting one, right? Trade hubs, off-world trading company. I mean, chances are we just need to generate more trade, right? Galcom, does Galcom? What's on the Senate form? Form the galactic market. How much do we have in? We have more weight than some of the Grand Admiral AIs, and I believe I've never swapped off isolationist. Oh no, the game automatically swapped me to mercantile. Nice, that's convenient. But I guess the other thing we can do is just, oh my gosh, bulk buy some energy for an overpriced amount, and then just have more trader jobs. On the fortress, let's move some workers over too. And that should also fix our energy credits. Just make more, right? Just make more trade. You get more energy. Although it's really looking like energy will be a problem. We do have Dyson spheres. We should be building those. No, do not research this. It'll mess up your tech forever, which is definitely not what we want. But what we do want to do is probably swap this over to our main shipyard. Get a couple construction ships and start building Dyson swarms and arc furnaces wherever appropriate. Because I believe we've had Dyson swarm for a while. Although it looks like we're kind of lacking good Dyson swarm systems. That's a great Dyson swarm system. Boom. I don't know if we'll get it in time, but I guess we could just forward settle it. Not a huge deal, to be honest. There's another one all the way down here. Look at that. And there's a dark matter system here, too, which we undoubtedly want to grab if we can get it. And last Dyson. So let's go for it all. You know, I wasn't really paying attention earlier. I probably should have been. Alloy nano plants looks like the best option here. And then capital job efficiency, sure. Like, once we get to mid-game, I rarely have the mental capacity to think about the options too much. Barnard Star's only a 3. Cal, let's see, a 5. I forgot that we are indeed... We don't have Dyson swarms. Oh. Well, at least we have arc furnaces, so we'll go for that first. Just get one. Can we get 2 arc furnaces going at the same time? I fear my energy credits, though, if I do this. 15, 11, 10. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? 10, 14. That's okay. Okay, a 10 and a 15. This has got to be a good 11. Not great, actually. 12. Yeah, these are some pretty sad arc furnace sites, if I'm being completely honest. Let the commerce flow. That's always nice. 10, 13. I swear I saw a 15 somewhere. It's always confusing when there's two numbers, right? Easy to scroll over what, and you're actually looking at habitat. I might have scrolled over a habitat site with 15 deposits, or is it here? Ah, there it was. I wasn't completely tripping. So we'll get these two arc furnaces started, and I must have skipped Dyson Swarm. I swear I've seen it this game. I don't know why I would have skipped it. Probably stupidity is the answer there, because we're really starting to struggle with these basic resources. Yeah, the trade policy just doesn't give enough energy these days. Like, the trader efficiency without merchant guilds is good, but not mind-blowing. I guess there are some small changes we could make. So we could move the trade focus leader. That'll give us a slightly more. See if we can find a new leader for our capital. I guess we'll just get a starting leader and gradually build them up, I guess. No, we don't want entrepreneur. 11,000 unity. I'm taking the energy credits. I need the energy credits. And then, ooh, another great set of options here. Star Fortress, automation, planetary automation. That's probably it, right? That way we can just automate some jobs that we don't have space for otherwise. And yeah, we're obviously going to really badly need to get the next ascension perk here so we can start ecumonopolizing every planet. Ecumonopolizing, that's not a word, but I wish it was. That's a cool word. Ecumonopolizing. I like it. I like the idea of ecumonopolizing stuff. I guess the other thing we could do is we could be building branch offices. I should be trying to get good relations. Yeah, like these guys have good relations with us. Or good enough, right? Like get a couple envoys, maybe, and then get an embassy and that kind of thing. Oh no, they're not independent. No. Poor guys. Number of commercial packs minus 60. Yeah, this is why you snooze, you lose, right? Like, these guys just hate us. Sure. What about these guys? Neutral, but they're not a trade build, so they won't have any trade. So yeah, we kind of missed our opportunity with those guys. There's so many planet scrapers in this guy, so you can see that a lot of these are my builds. That's why there's so many. Yeah, let's not talk about the amount of plant girls in this galaxy. You can tell I kind of like the plant girl design, can't you? Hey, look, a cat girl. Mecho Nan Compact. Why is that a great name for a cat girl? And it's auto-generated. That's actually an auto-generated one. That's funny. And they're overwhelming superior with planet scrapers and nationalistic zeal. That might be just a generated empire that just happened to generate like that. We have a. They are big. Wow. You know, you won't catch me with an empire that wide. Oh, look, they researched Dacha. Look at that. Kinesthetic malfunction. No. But I guess doesn't really matter. Engineering focus. Yes, sir. We do want engineering focus. And are they still my empire leader? How did that happen? Oh, they're still my empire leader. Okay, you know what? I'm fed up. We have tons of unity. Let's get them off my leader. Let's emergency election, and let's elect a scientist who isn't an analyst. Boom. And then we can get our analyst on our planet. And, whoa, are these guys done capturing space fauna? I don't think you guys are done capturing space fauna. Of course, I forgot to click start. Yeah, go keep capturing. So there's 16,000 left, guys. Don't get lazy on me. Yeah, it would be nice to have ascended by now, wouldn't it? Orbital rings before ascension. Ain't that a Knights of the Toxic God moment? I mean, I guess the ascension, that's my bad. That's on me, guys. That's on me. We just forgot to click the button for like a decade. Unlucky. You know how it is. It's okay, that might be a little bit more unskilled than unlucky, but 2,000 energy or 7,000 unity. Something tells me this is the better option. Somehow. 2,000 energy is somehow more useful than a big chunk of unity right now, because I'm scared. That number says 7,000, but this number is I just noticed my minerals. That is not good at all. We are making way too many alloys for our own good. Hey, but hey, remember that building we unlocked earlier that, like, was kind of annoying to research, but, you know, it's gonna come into use now. So, there we go. Nice. I mean, We need more people on this planet too. Honestly, it looks like we just have too many metallurgists, but I want alloys. Aftermath, dust covered, saturation, filtration. Is there like a research or something I can do to not have this problem? Clear the pipes. Let's research that. 3 months. Not a huge deal. Can we? This planet only has 3,000 pops. There's no way it wins the Galactic Hub nomination, right? Don't care. Let's do it anyway. Rating strong. See? It's strong. I don't want to click it again. It's just too expensive. Oh. Minus 100 minerals is ridiculous. But I also don't want to click cut investments. Let's just buy it, right? We have 200 trade, right? Let's just go very, very negative in trade to compensate for that. And just pray. Just pray the next tech is Tyson's War. That's the new plan. It's a great plan. I have not been doing this at all. Thank you, my partner here, for carrying the Federation EXP, but we'll start contributing to that. Not that I like microing these things. They don't feel that impactful, so I usually just leave it be. Anyhow, look, we're getting some good agendas here. I mean, obviously the agendas typically move so slowly that I barely even think about it. Virtual daycare is optimal. We want to eventually get the virtual path for our synthetic situation here. So, are our pops synthetic yet? They probably should be, right? Yeah! Alari Veritas, and it picked a good template. Would you look at that? Beautiful. And we can even modify this immediately. Let's just go with adaptive frames, high bandwidth. Recycled, probably don't need that. Do we have enough gases for exotic gas trait? It's close. It's close and just mass produced, so we don't have to do any shenanigans with that. And actually, that's a complete waste. We're not going to assemble any more of these for the rest of the game. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Where's durable? Yeah, just put durable on it. Set this as the default, and then we can assimilate the remainder of these into those. And then for these robots, well, we can't make templates while the situation is going, but it's going to finish sooner rather than later at this point. And what's going to finish first, our synth situation or our quest chain? What a ridiculous thing is that. We might see the toxic god before we finish that damn chain. Wouldn't that be a shame? Wouldn't that be a thing? While we have positive minerals, let's hopefully get these arc furnaces to cover our minerals, and we'll think about the energy problem later, right? Cruiser, metallurgists. Yeah, let's get cruisers. Let's have a fleet. I've ignored that enough times, and I should really be clicking these buttons. That would probably help our economy a lot. So yeah, let's get trade hubs. I don't think it's worth demolishing the old stuff yet, but we will. Don't worry. But for now, 2 trade hubs, off-world trading company. 2 trade hubs, off-world trading company. This really needs a button to be automated. Why can't I find? Oh, we already have an off-world trading company, right? And it might seem like a bit of a strange choice or a bad choice to be producing this much food, but hey, you can always sell 100 food for some amount of trade, right? And the upkeep of a single trade hub like that is not all that, right? It's not going to break the bank in any way. So, or not a single trade hub, a single hydroponics farm. It costs 50 alloys, which at this point in the game is hopefully not that much. I know we're collecting a bit of a stockpile of alloys here, but I'm really too lazy to build mediocre ships and upgrade them. I'll just wait till I have good ships and build good ships, even if that takes until year 80 to have ships at all. But like, I mean, we're not beating Grand Admiral AIs, which usually have around 5k at year 30. It takes a relatively strong build that lacks scaling capabilities to beat that. Like, you could go play your innate Pro-Gen Hive or something like that and match with like an 8k fleet at year 30. But is that going to outscale Knights? No, not really. There'll always come a point where Knights will overtake. And of course, if you take enough vassals and that kind of thing, I mean, it works. But, I mean, playing vassal spam every time is something I did last year, but not this year. So, oh, right, I forgot. We have orbital rings. Might as well place one around every planet. So, boop. We'll need that ship for later. Oh my god, is every ship busy? Don't tell me every ship is busy. Boop, 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 boop. And let's also 2 more of those. Boom, one of these, one of those. See, if there's only one option with the knight, you just click it, right? You don't have to worry too much about that. I would like this. Minerals produced from miners, but ooh, this is an important one. This is the important one. Save, 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 save. Knight expansion. So this is the bigger habitat one, and I think it's 1-1 to take the device. No kisses for me. Sad. Pretty accurate though. Definitely pretty accurate. Boom. Nice will now produce 1 additional research. Lord Commander will produce 2 additional research, and we get the option to upgrade our habitat with this great Dyson Swarm. Please, Dyson Swarm technology, be the next tech. Come on. And we can research this so we can get protons. No Dyson Swarm, the game is rigged. The game is definitely rigged, but we can just build that. I guess that's always excellent to see, though. I actually don't know. Study the incorporation of AI sounds like something. Okay, well, I'm going to use some cheats here. We're going to turn on debug tooltip, and I highly recommend turning it on because now you can see which path you're working towards. Oh, and you see I had it backwards, right? And this just stops you from needing to use extra tools. And I personally think this information should be included into the game, period, without you needing to use a lookup or a debug menu. So as we can see now, changes the synth virtual society variable to 2.0, and we want to get the synth virtual tree. So we're going to go ahead and take that. That's a little tip I have if you are not in Iron Man mode. If you are in Iron Man mode, unfortunate, you got to hit up the Google and look up the results, which is a little bit tedious. But in my opinion, that information should just be included. It makes it harder and more difficult to learn the situations than I think it realistically needs to be. I mean, we can just have that information as easily available information, and I don't see, in my opinion, any negatives to it. Does it ruin the roleplay of the game to tell you that this will push you towards a synthetic outcome or like a virtually synthetic outcome or that kind of thing? I don't think that would ruin the roleplay for me if I was a roleplay player. I don't know, roleplay players, if there's any in chat, please let me know how you guys feel about that. And hopefully I'm not just like putting words into your mouth or something like that, but unsurveyed system. You know, this coloring scheme really makes it look like this was the controlled space. I don't know why. I don't know if anyone else just saw that, and that confused me a bit. I'm looking for good art furnace sites, by the way. This is the classic Stellaris experience, just, you know, struggling for good art furnace sites, even with, I mean, not the smallest empire here. Like, genuinely. I didn't scout for them early game, which is always a bit of a skill issue, I guess, but who got the Galcom? I don't think it was me. Unfortunate. Let's see. We want the synth virtual society shift to the maximum. Oh, and extra trade. Don't mind if I do. Trade from jobs plus 10%. Nice. Start selling NFT homes. Yeah, that's basically what that option said, didn't it? NFTs. Man, I'm glad NFTs fail. I'm sorry if any of you guys listening in chat lost money to NFTs, but I can't say I was an expert on Ethereum, but as somebody who had done a minimal amount of research on how that blockchain worked, man, it did not sound like a good product to me. And I'm surprised it's doing as well as it is doing these days. But yeah, like NFTs as a technology was definitely not my thing. Not my favorite. I never understood it in the first place. I did not understand where the value was coming from other than hype. But I guess hype is an insane machine. Like a prime example is just how much, like for example, Elon Musk's presence increases the value of companies he participates in. But hey, like to each their own, you know. I guess the market wants what the market wants, and for a while it really wanted NFTs, and then that hype kind of fell off a bit. And by a bit, a bit is probably a little generous for that. NFTs were definitely an experience. Like, holy, yeah, when they were blowing up and that kind of stuff, it was pretty hard not to get sucked into the hype. But even my questionable decision-making ass decided not to get any, which is nice. Ooh, 20% mechanical pop assembly speed. Don't mind if I do. It's only a few years of it, but we can. That just reminded me I should go turn this edict on. It will turn off mining subsidies, I guess. These arc furnaces are gradually going to take over the bulk of our production, which looks nice. Our tech is finally respectable. Would you look at that? When you get near the end of the night situation, your tech catches up to where other empires would have been like 20 years ago. Very nice, very nice. Do we need coil guns? Yeah, we need coil guns. What am I saying? I believe good kinetics are pretty important. These Dyson Swarm. Yay, we can put all our unnecessarily high amount of unity to good use as soon as we find dark matter exploited. Wait, we have the Galcom. That was easy. Now we do need to buy 1,000 of these, but we do have positive trade, so let's buy 14 of them a month. 15. And we should honestly be able to afford that. So hey, once again, the benefits of a trade empire. I simply love playing trade empires, by the way. They feel so comfortable to play relative to other builds who need to produce minerals and all that. And I love playing Tall. And I will definitely say this. Tall is definitely not in its best state. It has been a little rough. But hey, whenever you can get the option to, I'll take the option. And here we go. Changes authority to corporate recollection. Alaris gained the trait Virtual. And we're, of course, going to take this. And if we take a look at what we have here, oh my god, we still don't have our ecology project. Oh, that'll be our next goal, right? Expand the council. Doesn't matter too much. Master Salvager, another scientist on my council. Thank you. Thank you. You need tech speed, right? You need scientists on your council. So it is great to get one here. 52%. By the way, oh my god, that is such a terrible counselor level, but that's fine. Nope. We're gonna take the cheapest tech until we roll this by the way. And I do believe we do have a ring, so we can upgrade that. Are we nearly out of influence? We have 2 influence production. 2. We won't even have enough for an Ecumenopolis. Oh, we built too many rings, guys. We built too many rings. Okay. I think there's definitely a solution to that. Break research agreement. I'm sorry. We don't want to leave Federation yet. 2.7. I believe we have a bunch of improved relations here. Offer trade. Nope. What is burning all our influence? In Federation. Oh, that's it. That's literally it. We just have no power projection at all. That's funny. Negative 300. Oh, right. We're buying like 1 million dark matter right now. Come on, dark matter. Subspace sensor. I actually know this leads to black hole observatory. Yeah, this leads to a bunch of stuff that can potentially help us roll dark matter better. Ah, missed it. Did we take a cheap one? I think we take a cheap one. Or we might not have enough tier 3 or 4 techs, though. Guess we'll take plasma. Roll a tier 4 tech out. Why not? Yeah, you want to take more influence of mine, don't you? Am I currently building any orbital rings? Oh, this one's not done yet. Move. Cancel. Can I cancel it? Disband? Does this refund? Let's find out. It doesn't. I just disbanded some allies and some influence. Aw, man. Hey, you live and you learn. I don't regret it at all. I regret it a little bit. I definitely regret that a little bit. we don't talk about that. Boom. Boom. But what we can do, and what doesn't take influence, is it doesn't cost influence to build Dyson Swarms. So let's do that. Dyson Swarm. Boom. That's the best one we have. I believe we have another good one out here. Oh, that's only a 3. Never mind. 2, 5. Is that a single start? Nope. I know your capital is always decent. If you have a single star, it's always decent. So, you're building an orbital ring 2. Oh no, that did work. I had already canceled. I'm so stupid. My observation skills are like a 0 out of 10. I'm sorry. That's fine. That's fine. We're chilling. We're being chilling. Anyone else here being chilling? Yeah, we're being chilling. 5. Oh, it's not the right configuration. That's an arc furnace site. What? Why don't I have that? Wait. Oh no. I already built 3 arc furnaces. Hey, it's never too late. This empire literally never expanded. I don't know why. Like why have they are they must be a tributary with expansion not permitted, or something like that, or a vassal with expansion not permitted. That must be why, right? Like otherwise, they would have expanded by now. Nothing good. That's crazy. Armor hardening, I guess. We'll take. I mean, unlocks more techs that we don't want. I don't really like strikecraft. Like strikecraft carriers just kind of lose to a lot of things. But yeah, like some neutron cruiser is just gonna come and just like pop you with their million X damage multiplier from that. But hey, that's fine. Adaptive bureaucracy, sure. Just keep the cheap text rolling. Just keep the cheap text rolling. Look for the upgrades we need there. Um, yeah, how fast are these gonna build? Not the fastest, but there is a solution to this. Let's buy a couple of those. I am really stressing our trade out, aren't I? But because a month passed yet. Hello, month. Thank you, month. And then we can turn this on, right, with a 1 point something upkeep. And then we can get the fast mega structures. So that's pretty nice. Storm Relief Center, that's a fast tech. Terraforming gases, sure. Yeah, that was a 1 month tech right there. Ion Thruster, we don't have Ion Thruster yet. Ooh, subspace navigation. So we could go take Dacha. Guys, do we want to take Dacha? I mean, I don't want my empire size to get that big. Let's not take it. I don't want 6 planets. I could no, can you subjugate them? No, I think they'll hate me too much. I'll have to subjugate them with war, if anything. I could do the funny ship thing, but check out my Dacha video if you want to see how to take Dacha. I believe it's titled How to Take Helito or something like that. Because some people might not know that Helito leads to Dacha. Was it the storm that was multiplying the value of that by 3? Whatever. That's a fine Dyson sphere location. That means the only good one is going to be my capital. That's a little sad. Definitely a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, that way there's not a single planet in my entire set of systems. There's a 4. There's a 4. That's somehow a good Dyson swarm for me. Let's go do that. Boom, bang, bing. Oh, you know what? Everything's multiplied by like 0.3 right now, isn't it? Yep. That's one thing. Not 0.3. What's the situation speed from this? You know what? Screw them. Frugal funding. Right, we don't need to finish that quickly anymore. We have all the valuable options from that, so might as well go slow at this point and enjoy a little bit of extra energy credits, which, hey, that could come into use. I'm just going to research gamma lasers. It's always useful to have. I'm kind of curious what happens to our energy from that. Nothing. Is it because we ran out of trade? Oh my god, we're relying so much on trade to do everything. We don't need to buy that much minerals now, though. I'm lacking unity. How am I lacking unity for this? I just put a point to that. Whatever. We only have 500 unity production. Man, I gotta say, knights have really fallen off, guys. They do not feel the same as they used to. I mean, this is a pretty good habitat station right now. Like 9 assembly. I just realized I never upgraded my pops, so let's do that now. Actually, we have virtual synthetic salvation, and what we do have is virtual research focus. I never really highlighted this. Plus 80% research, minus 50% unity from jobs. But the fun part about that is I'm not sure that trade policy is affected by that. And yeah, let's see. Our trade policy gives us 780. So I believe 15% of that, is that right? That looks about right, to be honest. My mental math is not my strength for sure. So, but that does seem about right. Trade leak, I believe it's 15%. Yeah, 15% gets converted into unity. Trade policy 117. Trade collected. Ooh, that's a little less than 15%. That's like 7.5%. I guess it is affected. Man, that's annoying. I'm surprised that our trade policy is only giving 117. That must be multiplied by the 50%. So, like, once again, the tooltips be lying. Alright. Like, this tooltip, minus 50% from unity from jobs, unity from trade, too. You didn't tell me that. I thought it was a funny bypass. Oh, well. Not a huge deal. Anyways, we still don't have tier 2 anti-gravity, which is crazy. Must be this tech roll, right? Nope, nope. One more dud. That's the last one, clearly. That's my headcanon right here. That's the last dead tech roll. And then we're popping off. So anyways, because we could upgrade some of these. Although I should start saving some alloys for ships. But these are cheap upgrades, right? Might as well. Might as well. I mean, we're missing some too. And we have way too many consumer goods now, actually. We could definitely upgrade our living standards or something. That might be nice. We missed it again. That's some rotten luck right there. But at least our tech speed feels real. Now, like, we're actually producing tech. We're playing the game, right? We're hopefully having a good time. These Dyson Swarms do take forever to build, even with upgrade. What's happening to our energy? Oh my god, those Dyson Swarms, why didn't I build them first? I mean, there's nowhere else to build them. There's like a... Man, this is just a Knights moment, isn't it? Our base energy credits are so poor. Our ship tech is still horrific, if I'm being honest. It feels sad skipping that. This is the cheapest tech we have, so we're just going to go with the cheapest tech we have option. Oh, does this give us any extra roboticist jobs? Job efficiency plus 10% is nice. Roboticist jobs plus 100, very nice. These non-conformists will be dealt with, sure. We have one. Ooh, that gives us some pops too, nice. Nice. Getting the alloy processing facility. Yeah, our alloys are going to be really, really good after this. But yeah, we'll just keep researching techs that we need or that kind of thing. Science Nexus V5. Okay, sure. Once again, like, this is why I love Knights. It's a 4-planet build, right? If you like playing tall, this is the way to go. Like, we'll add habitats if we want, but what other build plays on 4 planets and is a real build? Right? I personally can't think of anything that plays on 4 planets that feels good to play. I mean, virtual builds do that, but virtuals don't scale like Knights do. Like, this is about the peak of virtual. I mean, it's this at year 45, but it just stays at this forever, basically. So, I guess it gets better if you play on, like, resource consolidation or something, but... well, that was funny. I don't really care to make a diplomatic incident out of anything, especially since we don't have fleets yet. Shh, nobody's noticed, right? Cosmic weather forecast. Jeez, these are some rotten tech rolls. Protons! Yay! I've been waiting for that. I mean, we've had tier 4 lasers for so long, which I believe lock protons. I guess we haven't had the engineering tech requirement for very long at all. You're kidding me? We've rolled citadels and battleships, but we don't have tier 2 anti-grav? Okay, well, it's time to use our research focus. Where is our research focus? Nope. Engineering. I believe it's a voidcraft. So, it is a voidcraft? Oh no, it's industry, isn't it? I messed that up. That's fine. We'll build a Dyson swarm to make ourselves feel better. Just build some Dyson swarms. Build some arc furnaces. I'm not building my second arc furnace here. Oh, I'm not building my Dyson swarm here. Let's build another arc furnace here. Why not? This looks like a good arc furnace. What's on the Dyson swarm? Oh, that's a good physics one. We'll do it, sure. And then, do I have another arc furnace available? That's not an arc furnace. We'll find out as soon as it reaches the location. Oh, I hate how you can't cancel mining stations. Why can't you cancel mining stations? Come on, it's Big 26. We can cancel mining stations, right? No, we can't. Okay, my bad. And arc furnace, will it cancel itself? Because counting is hard. Aww, we have a maxed out amount of arc furnace. I don't want to disband this one. We'll get some more once we get mega engineering, which, hey, it's not that far off already. I mean, year 75 is not even a great timing for mega engineering, even with more regular builds. Like, you could probably get that with under 1 rule, which is a shockingly similar build to Knights in terms of power level. I'm not even joking. Somehow, some way. How do we not have dark matter, by the way? That would boost us so much hitting dark matter. I mean, I guess we're almost there. Like, we just need to buy a little more. Oh, what happened to the food price? Oh dear. Consumer goods, that's probably a pretty good price, right? Yeah. Okay, now we don't have to buy 15. We can buy like 5 now. And that will mean we have crazy positive trade. Boom! Plus 50% habitat size. The 50% of the base amount, which is apparently only 6 odorous dempses, which is not that much, to be honest. Boop. Railgun, yes, sir. Antimatter power. I don't know if wormhole travel makes it more likely to rule dark matter tech, so we're just going to leave that open for now. I don't think it does. We should... I'm like just intermittently remembering to do this. So it's definitely not the most efficient use of star bases anyone has ever seen. That's for sure. But it is a use. Did I just upgrade that to a citadel? No, we don't need a citadel for these. They max out at 6 building slots, right? So you don't need... or they 6 module slots. I love the little details like that. I always mess them up. Research battleships, guys. It's a long tech, but it unlocks mega engineering. Is this the last one? This is the last quest, isn't it? Boom. We're just going to click through. I don't think it matters too much. 0-point reactor, sure. Come on, neutrons, neutrons. I believe in it. Neutrons, neutrons. And then in the meantime, what we can do is we can turn the physics to particles. And particles are shiny. And shiny particles are neutrons. That's my headcanon right there. Colonial bureaucracy, sure. And this trade world is getting pretty tall, man. We're gonna need that upgrade soon. What's our ascendance? 7? I completely forgot to make my species. What interrupted me? That made me forget. I completely forgot. Okay, time to make a species. Yeah, this is an ADHD moment, guys. I joke about it, but I'm actually diagnosed. So like my brain will just interrupt itself, and then I'll forget what I was doing, and that's just the way it is, you know. Like unless I take stimulants, but then I can't go to sleep. So it is what it is. I value sleep more than being functional, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but hey, it is what it is. Alaria Veritas, main. This will be our main species. And then we want a second template, and we don't want recycled on it, but we do want luxurious, and we don't want custom made, but we want brain farting. Mass produced. There we go. Do we have +2 trade? If we do waterproof, it won't assemble in my habitat, which will make me sad. So what can we put on it? We'll put rare crystal exterior. Hold up. Let's get rid of rare crystal exterior. Get rid of luxurious. Put on bulky. And then habitability. Yep. And then this will be the assembly pop. And then we'll have the assembly pop integrate into the default pop. Modify template. You know, we could do better than efficient processes. We could do better than that, too. Do we have another -2? Oh, there's no more -2 traits. Oh, man. So, recycled adaptive frames, because recycled isn't a part of the automodding traits, unfortunately. And then we'd probably want... How much gas do we have? 14? Yeah, I think it's worth it. We need one more trait. We could go durable. We could go motion emulators for influential job output. Is that worth it? I don't think so. Learning algorithms, maths produced. All top. We have like no basic research or worker jobs. Bureaucrat efficiency. Oh, how good would that have been on previous nights? Man, I'm like nowadays I'm looking at it and the amount of efficiency modifiers that exist. Like if you were min-maxing in 4.2 and previously, like how broken were builds, man? How broken were builds? I'm kind of curious if I go back and try it. I'm sure this has actually made me a better player. Is like how broken or how not broken some of the builds are these days. But yeah, very soon we should start to get much better assembly. Like probably 30% better climate restoration. That's the tag I can never find while playing other builds. Like machine worlds. Anything that wants machine worlds, climate restoration will be like the last tech I find somehow. But yeah, these orders dempses should probably get us close to 3K tech, which is nice. Right, that's pretty good. We have the analyst. Does the analyst work? Or is it researcher jobs and not research output? Boom, planetary unit, engineering focus, virtual leader. Okay, it works. Let's go! Trickster, research speed minus 20%, upkeep for researchers minus 20%. That's only 2 years. Right, not a big deal. And, oh, that's a lot of dead leaders. Damn. Where did the toxic god spawn? Let's see. Let's start time again and find out. Hopefully not too inconveniently. It could spawn anywhere connected to our systems, right? Oh, there it is. So we'll go kill him later. Right. How do we have repeatables? We have repeatables. And we don't have freaking Ecumenopolis. It's year 77. I don't think I've had a year 77 in Ecumenopolis for literally ages. This is a bit sad. We're on 4 regular planets, but it's not like we have the pops to put on the menu. We have 7 pop assembly right now. We have tier 1 robot plants. We don't have recycled. We have nothing. This is so sad. Yeah, at least we have living mega construction. Yay. That doesn't work on pop assembly speed. I mean, that makes sense, but I wish it didn't. But I wish it didn't. Man, I guess we're also not material synth, right? So we don't quite get to the same pop assembly levels as dark matter engines plus another recycling trait. 31%. What is wrong with our council? What is wrong with our factions? It's not even that bad. It's just everybody in the militarist faction. We need naval capacity. Yeah, I mean, the low naval capacity. I'm sorry, we are knights. We just pretend that we are military while actually being weak. That's kind of our thing. Right. I guess we have 12,000 alloys, but I'm a stickler for good ships. Okay. We are gonna wait for that neutron roll, however long it takes. It shouldn't take that long, right, guys? What? 43%? You gotta be kidding. Why do they all want to be authoritarian? Why do you... We could do oppressive subjugation policy. We could do that. We can do that. That'll make my egalitarian faction sad, though, I think. But apparently nobody's egalitarian in this empire anymore, so that's fine, I guess. War philosophy, nope. Subjugation, war terms. Hostile takeover. There we go. Are you happy yet? Or is that like a plus 5%? Where's my government? 44. Okay, they're slightly less depressed now. Not enough, but slightly. Okay. That's something. What else can we do here? A local rivalry. Does local... Can we stretch those words? Aw, man, they're overwhelming. I just realized that. Okay. Well, I think it's simply just time to build a navy, right? Right. No. We don't even have kinetic battery yet. I'm literally that greedy, by the way. I'm literally that greedy. 36% crime? Uh-oh. It might be that time. Decisions. Luxury goods. 48. Okay, 32. Launch anti-crime campaign. That's all the modifiers we can get. We're down to 21%. I don't want to build a freaking police station here. No way. No way are we building a police station. Crime in 2026. I guess it's probably higher than ever. It's probably not. I think probably like the lead infected like generation probably had more crime going on. Paradise Dome. I haven't built one of those for a while. I kind of forgot you would upgrade. Usually don't have that many problems by the time your luxury housing falls off, which, you know, it's just funny to see, I guess. This thing has like infested my technology for so many years. Let's just finish that. At least we got 64% engineering speed. That's pretty good. I mean, I think 100% is considered good, but you kind of need the curators to hit that, and it does hurt your upkeep quite a bit. What are these tech rolls? Like, what am I looking at? It's because I don't have enough tech rolls, because I only have 3 scientists, and they're all like level 2 from the late statecraft. Is this what we get when you don't take statecraft early? You just have no tech rolls, and all your tech is bad? Is that how it is? Habitat Central Control? We're going to build one of those? Extra job efficiency. Hey, that's nice. Lord Commander, extra knights. Nice. Couple extra upgrades to the habitat size. Very nice, very nice. I hate tech. I love tech, but I hate not having enough tech. And apparently, 2.3k is not enough tech. Jeez. Wow. Wow, wow. For the 5 people still watching, first of all, thanks a lot. Hopefully you've enjoyed the long form stuff and you've enjoyed me complaining about my tech rolls. Honestly, this is probably the most addicting part of Stellaris to me. Is just clicking on the tech rolls, hoping the next one is the one you want. Hey, Mega Engineering. Yeah, you're 80. It's okay. It's okay. Like, this economy is pretty good now for 4 planets, especially, and pretty low population. What is our population? Where does it say the total population of your empire? I guess this is not too hard to. I've assembled like 6,000 robots from having terrible templates the entire game, and I'm sure I've forgotten to have this integrate to the default subspecies too. You know, skill issues are hard to solve, guys. That's the conclusion we can draw from that. Sometimes your skill issue reigns supreme, and there's nothing you can do. But I guess it's time to just build some cruiser hulls. I don't really want to, because the design will be really disappointingly disappointing for this time in the game. This... Just nobody look at that. Nobody look at that. That's my conclusion there. We'll put the autocannon on. We'll put the plasmas on. We'll put the plasmas. And then, not all reaction boosters. Boom. Boom. Artillery computer, which does mean I believe that only these will be firing, or it'll move into range of the laser. I don't even know how that works. Like, the lasers, the railgun having less range and everything else, is just, it's going to piss me off. And then we'll run something like this. Call it a day. I mean, this will eventually be upgraded to a kinetic artillery. These will become neutrons, right? And then everything else will stay the same, just better tiers of them. And that's basically one of the better ship designs according to our fellow guy, Action. And I believe him because this has always been a good cruiser design. It's been good since 4.2. It was probably the best universal ship design in 4.2 as well, especially in multiplayer. I think in single player, you should always gone for battleships late game just to outrange everything and have 0 losses. Because the AIs would never counter your battleships enough to lose. But yeah, I love these, and they're like you'd often find like a really powerful station or something, which would cause damage to your cruisers. So yeah, those artillery battleships were really the way to go in 4.2 versions, in my opinion. I loved artillery battleships at least, just because they farmed AI builds pretty easily. But I haven't enjoyed them as much in 4.2. So yeah, I guess these cruisers are the way to go, and I honestly don't know what to take on the Toxic God with. I believe the best thing is probably frigates for them, but I also want my navy to be useful against other things, right? So we probably won't go straight for that. And I'm also impressively impressed by how shite the habitat is. How is it, okay, that we have an almost max habitat and we're not even at 1,000 nav cap? I know we haven't adopted supremacy yet, but that is still impressively poor. That is poor, poor, poor. Hopefully we'll get that fixed soon. And how's the Voidworm Plague doing? It's definitely taking its sweet time, so by that time we should be able to eradicate this one at least. We can eradicate this, right? There's an error at 11 size there. Yeah, we're going to stick on our 4 planets. I really like this, by the way. It's 4 planets, and then we build new habitats once we kill the Toxic God. Once we get the Maw of the Toxic God, we can go around and make some new habitats and have a good time that way, which should be pretty nice, so... I've been playing on normal speed for a while, haven't I? I've just been having a good time, kind of chill AFK and ranting, which I'm sure is fun for some people, but it probably speed it up a little bit. Yeah, this planet, like, I know from experience, you run out of minerals before most other things, so yeah, we do want to make sure we have enough minerals. Advanced cloaking assist. How? We'll do the 1 month research, sure. Repeatables, and we don't have it. Oh my god. What if I have it and I haven't noticed? Also, can I change the focus back to the correct one? No, 2285, 4 more years, up to 4 more years of self intentionally, not intentionally, accidentally into tech roles. And yeah, this is why I hate controlled mutations. It'll just pop up every single time if you research gravity snares or whatever. Screw gravity snares. Wow, we finished. We have a spare tradition now. This almost never happens. Transcendent learning. I do like transcendent. The cosmogenesis. Do I want to go cosmogenesis? Pollute my tech tree even more? You know, we're going to take master builders because we already have mega engineering. We just need to research enough other techs to actually. This got to be some sick joke. Neutrons, yay. But yeah, we haven't gotten any mega engineering techs yet, which means we haven't actually done enough physics and society techs yet. Stormbound returns. You get 20k unity from that? Cool. Let's take 20k unity. I didn't even look at the result about what's going to happen from that. Oh my, you know what? That unlocks a good tech for society tree, so might as well. Wow, upgraded robot plants. 4-month tech. Great. Oh, mon Dieu. 6.6 thousand amenities. Yeah, we got 6.6 thousand amenities on this planet, guys. Does this have anything bonus for knights? No, not really. Does this habitat get any bigger, guys? I feel like it gets a little bigger. I feel like it gets like 29, but I don't know from what. Because it's kind of maxed out. I guess it's just maxed out. Sometimes you're a little bit unlucky and it's just a little bit smaller, right? I know that's how things work sometimes. But this is nice at least. A little bit of pop assembly speed. A little bit of juggernaut tech, you know, juggernauts before. Science Nexus, okay, nice. Let's upgrade that, upgrade that. Can't believe this planet's not maxed out. I guess I have a 400 influence stockpile, but I do need 2 Ecumenopoly right away. Ripper autocannon, this is only 2 months, so let's do that. This is just become the tech show at this point. But hey, if you guys enjoy watching techs roll, you know that this might be the game for you. What can I do with this space? Honestly, commercial nexus, right? Tech roll. Let's do another 2-month one. We do get industrial subsidies here. Forge subsidy, that's nice. That's a nice building. Righteous, Unifier, sure, Unifier to boost our terrible unity. This can open Supremacy. Supremacy, does this... Was there a thing that increased habitat size? There must be, right? Nope, that doesn't. Adaptability has a +1 size, but it's not for habitats, unfortunately. Although I would argue my habitat, it's a natural habitat, guys. Alright, it was just there. That's how nature likes things, okay? Nature builds orbital habitats in space somehow, some way. It just happens. Don't ask me how. 4-month tech, but it's worth it. That's a good one, right? That's a good tech. A permanent upgrade to our species there. Synthetic yield. That's the agenda that makes it so that you have actual assembly speed. Yeah, look at that. In combination with the upgraded assembly plan, of course. But 12 assembly is kind of the border between good and bad assembly, I would say. Once you have 12 assembly, it feels like your planet's built up almost as fast as you can assemble pops. And when you're at like 20, it really is as fast as you can assemble jobs for your pops. And under 20, and under like 12 feels like suffering in the sense that you never have enough pops for anything if you want to quickly scale your economy. But, oh my god, I know I only have 4 tech options, but this is genuinely insane. I'm looking for a tech you can easily find by year 15. Does one of my civics block it from being found? Like, what is going on? Is anti-gravity engineering not a tech? Have I been gaslit my entire life into believing it is one? Do I already have it and haven't noticed? That would be funny, wouldn't it be? It's a tier 3 tech, guys. It's a tier 3 tech. How do I not have it? I've seen repeatables for days. This has got to be some kind of generational unlucky run. We've gotten 2 mega engineering projects without it. Okay, well I guess we'll start on our science array. Science Nexus site. I like me some science next to site. This is the punishment I got for getting good minerals from space. That's my conclusion. Wait, was it unlocked behind integrated cybernetics? That would be funny. Wait a second. That would be really funny. I don't believe anti-gravity is locked behind integrated cybernetics, but I could be wrong. We have to assume it is. I actually didn't know that because whenever rushing it, I guess we always go through integrated cybernetics then. I'm looking this up. This is crazy. Okay, I was right. It's not. It's only locked behind the first tier of this, which I forget the name of, but I just see the plus 500 housing or 200, whatever the hell it is now, and I recognize the logo. Weather control systems. Yeah, that's what it's called. And yeah, that's the only prerequisite. Also, it's a yeah, whatever. It's a tier 3 tech with the label 2 on it. That's definitely not confusing at all. But yeah, that's some crazy luck. That's got to be some record. Most tech without being happy. That's what we'll call it. Well, that's what we'll call it, right? And now our ecology project, and I instantly popped that here. I completely forgot about this. You know what? I'm greedy. And then there we go. Wasn't that great? You know, luckily these planets are somehow not full. By the way, like, never mind. I take it back. They are full. We don't need this apparently. We can get a metallurgic research lab. We'll have this done. Like, this is what I should have been doing on this planet, but AFK me is just obsessed with tech. Like rage baiting myself simulator or something like that. Wow, we don't have enough minerals at all. Solution for that, industrial mining site. This planet doesn't have. This was the planet I destroyed the ring on, wasn't it? Or I canceled it. I K-drilled it, guys. I K-drilled it. League of Legends players will know what I'm talking about. Everybody else is probably going, oh, what? Ding. Okay. We are finally becoming a real build. Now the next thing we need to find is I don't believe we don't have kinetics yet. Propulsion. Kinetics gotta be a propulsion tech, right? I should really know this by now, but somehow, I mean, when you don't play competitively, I will say you regress way faster than you'd expect. At least for me, because I have pretty bad memory. I'd say it's probably one of my bigger weaknesses is I just forget stuff that I don't use regularly. I'm not sure if anybody else struggles with the same thing, but like I'll have taken a class like 2 terms ago, and I will have completely by then forgotten what the material was, or like who my professor was, or that I even took the class. Sometimes like I'm talking to one of my friends who did a lot of his university education alongside me, and he'll mention, blah 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 blah, and he's like, oh, you learned that? And I'm like, oh, I did. Oh, I thought it was just you, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I just forget. So yeah, a lot of times I learn something, I forget it, rinse, repeat, and come again. You know what I mean? Like, anyhow, at least it's nice that we finally have some influence. The crazy thing is that tiny cruiser fleet I have probably beats up a good chunk of the AI at this point in the game, because of how relatively weak the AI are compared to how strong they used to be, which is pretty wild. But yeah, I mean, I guess it is the way it is. So we can pop this leader EXP gain thing too now, try to get our leaders leveled up, and this is when I would say Knights kind of comes online. I mean, it's probably like still pretty fast. Like this is when most good builds would start to come online too, like hit around this like fast tech time where tech is really no longer a crazy bottleneck, other than a little bit of bad luck every here and then it's just about having enough pops to produce as much alloy as you really want. Right? The wider you go, the more planets you're willing to take on, the faster your attack will be. Right? So it's really just like it's kind of a pick my own adventure at this point. Like, how much tech do I want compared to, I haven't even finished my arc furnaces. I am sleeping, guys. It's because like when my economy is not about to die, I'm just like, oh, I'm chilling, and then my economy is about to die again, and I go, oh no, that's kind of the cycle I go. Oh, I did not leave enough alloys. This is fine. This will eventually become an arcology project, and then there will be enough alloys, hopefully. Oh, boop. Let's we see how we have trade right now. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. See, we've been getting repeatables, right? And I still don't even have some of my more basic techs down, like Durasteel materials. That's not great. Kinetic battery. I have propulsion selected, by the way. I have it correctly selected. I did not mess that up. Kinetic battery is a propulsion. What if I have it already? I don't have tier 4 railguns. Well, we'll take tier 4 railguns if we see it as a tech. There we go. Advanced railguns. See, I wonder how many times these things pop up, but because you're just autopiloting techs, because there's just too many decisions to make at that speed unless you're mechanically good, right? Yeah, definitely pretty impressive. These science nexus are expensive, aren't they? I should be prioritizing killing the toxic god and getting a second habitat, by the way. Tipping point reached. Oh. Can I delete it? Does that work? Ah, no. Oh, it's a tomb world. It's not a big deal. It's pretty fast. Ah, man, I didn't click it in time. I didn't notice. This is the autopilot mode, right? That's the autopilot I was talking about. Good timing on that, I guess. But I guess it's not. Ooh, Titan. Titans are good. Let's put a Titan. It's not a huge deal, right? We have synthetic pops. What we can do for sure is take our main species template and look at that. Oh, plus 10 crystals is not the craziest amount, but we'll put the crystal core on. Hopefully it doesn't destroy all my stuff. Rare crystal exterior, 30% habitability. Put that on and then set this as my default and have these assimilate into my default. And then we can get rid of the rare crystal tray when we run low on crystals. But yeah, oops. We made a tomb world. And deleted my coordinated fulfillment center. Luckily, we didn't have that proc after our ecology project, but once we get our ecology project, it can't turn into more of a tomb world. So, hey, that's fine. 85% habitability on a capital, by the way. Pretty funny, and it's still pretty productive, as you can see. That's the nice thing about being synth, I guess. Ooh, that's a tech we want. And yeah, somehow we keep dodging the propulsion techs we need, but hey, we'll get it sorted. I wonder how much less alloys we're actually producing, and how much more alloys is just from other sources. That is kind of funny. Whatever. Get the coordinated fulfillment center back. Yes, wasted a bunch of time too, which is a little sad. I'm a little, just a little. Screw it. Let's slide that in front too, and then continue our science nexus. Oh, it's crazy how expensive the megastructures are these days. By the way, like relative to like most builds, we'll be producing over 1,000 alloys by now, right? So when you need to build a megastructure, and it's like 10,000 alloys, that hits the economy for sure. Like, how much is this coordinated fulfillment center, which we don't have as an option yet? Synthetic yield. At least that'll help with our pops. Departmental efficiency, sure. Ion, sure. Cruiser, sure. I'm waiting for this kinetic artillery, guys. I don't care. I am the most patient when it comes to, you remember, I'm sure a lot of you guys watch E3PO. For those E3PO viewers, you can tell which kind of Stellaris player I am, eh? I'm sure it's not difficult. I will use those 3 starting corvettes until we find exactly what we want. And I don't foresee that changing, so yeah. Forfeit coordination set. Well, that's an expensive tech, right? That's not going to be finishing in like 2 minutes. What am I doing? Ship fire rate. Just a knack for that's a good. Gains the jury. Does this? Who gets the jury? Borin? Oh no, Robot Burley. Oh, okay. I was like, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Jury rig. We'll put jury rig on our ship. That sounds fun. That sounds fun on a Titan. Let's get one of our star bases up to the max level. We could start getting some fun stuff. Don't need that. Don't need any of these, to be honest. It's tier 2 Tachyon locked behind disruptor. I can't remember. It might be. Oh, it's tier 2 arc emitter. That is, or yeah, I think so. Omega shipyard. There we go. That's a useful one. But is like Mega Shipyard used to be the best in the game, in my opinion, the best mega structure, the most important, the only one you needed in Stellaris 4.x versions. You did not need a Dyson Swarm, you did not need a Matter Deep Compressor. A single planet outscaled them to the moon and back, right? I guess Dyson Sphere was very useful on some empires that lacked ways to produce reliable energy credits, but then you had to be a non-trade federated bio build. Like machine worlds have more than enough space, hive worlds have more than enough space, so yeah, machine worlds were the funniest, right? You could get 20,000 tech on a decent machine world. A good machine, like if you had like a size 24 machine world and then upgraded it 3 times for level 20, you'd probably get close to 30,000 energy credits from a late game machine world, and that's without repeatables, right? So if you had your auto tech on and you're on like repeatable fucking XI 443, you know what I mean, you would get some pretty ridiculous levels of pop efficiency, which was always fun. See, I totally would get 2 more levels of habitat. It usually always stops at 29 whenever you play with Soul, so I'm just kind of used to that. And there we go. I believe that Dyson Sphere is done. Oh, we got Mega Engineering now, right? You know what that means? Is we get 2 more Arc Furnaces. Boom, Arc Furnace 1. 5. That's no good. I'm sure there's like a 13 somewhere, right? Right? Oh, 14. That's beautiful. Okay. Arc furnace size 14. Boom. It's definitely worth getting 5 arc furnaces up these days. It's a big chunk of your economy. I'm gonna be sad every time that comes up, and that's not kinetic artillery. How hard can it be, man? How hard? I'm surprised we're also selling consumer goods. This usually doesn't happen. So let's both sell consumer goods and hello our lovely pop template. Set species rights, decent conditions. Yeah, do we just go utopian? 20% happiness? Sure. Utopian abundance, you know? Academic privilege is a good one too. We could totally go with that. Job efficiency for researchers. Oh, right. Our knights aren't researchers anymore. It's really the saddest hour these days. I do want living metal, but not as much as I want. Not as much as I want the kinetic artillery, so I can go kill this freaking toxic god. I don't even need the kinetic artillery to kill the cogs. I could probably use an all neutron setup, and it'd probably be fine. But like at this point, it's a matter of pride, right? It's a matter of stubbornness and stupidity. Probably, definitely more of the second one. But stupidity is a powerful force. And it's winning here, that's for sure. It's definitely winning the battle of logic versus other things, and we can get rid of this now. We should have more than enough. By the way, imagine trying to invade this build. 43,000 armies. 43,000. Like, imagine if we took adaptability and then put a anti-bombardment thingy on this. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, right? Like, imagine that. And then minus 90% bombardment damage, 43,000 ground armies. Oh, that sounds delectable. That sounds amazing. Ooh, jump drives. You know, you're always having a fun... Okay, you know, if we do take jump drives, it makes the crisis spawn, so, you know, we better be ready for the 10x crisis. I don't plan to beat the 10x crisis, by the way. Especially with how late, like, this arcology is going to come online, and this one, and we have 4 planets, right? If I was seriously trying to beat it, I'd go at least 10 planets wide just to collect pops, and I would try to vassalize. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And I would try to vassalize the entire galaxy, right? So I could focus in the 100% of my economy into military resources, right? But we're obviously not doing that, so it probably won't be done. Do I want to hold? I'll hold this for now, just because I don't have the alloys. And then in the meantime, like, how have we been hitting kinetic repeatables, right? And we're not even close to getting the actual text we want. What a crazy game. We will start the Science Nexus site, the next tier of that, and then let's go back to normal speed for a second, so we can do our ship design. So my stubbornness, in my opinion, in my mind, has paid off completely. Because now we get to make this nice ship design here. We can upgrade the armor. We can upgrade hyper shields, I believe. This will probably run us out of energy. And negative 183 energy jump drives, though. Very convenient. Artillery combat computer maxed out, and then we can get rid of the defenses for a reaction booster. And a tier 2 of this should be pretty nice, too. So now we have a very basically guaranteed chance to hit. Not quite. I don't think this gets chance only +5. And what's the artillery computer? Oh, it doesn't even give chance to hit. Okay, this gives chance tracking. Send. Yeah, you know, like it's just a good. It's just a good ship at this point. Save. And basically the small slots are in case we get close range combat. It makes it so you don't totally lose. You're still losing. But in general, the fleets you face from the AI have no cohesion, in the sense that if they do have small ships, like they do have corvette swarms, it'll only be 30% of their nav cap, right? And it would need to be 100% of their nav cap for them to really put up a competitive fight. So, yeah. Also, how much do we need to actually beat? Yay, an Ecumenopolis. It's beautiful. It still looks like a tomb. Oh. This one finished first. That makes sense. That makes complete sense, actually. Because I didn't slide 17 buildings in front of it. But what can we build on this? Is there anything? Do we have the Galactic Commerce? We don't have Galactic Commerce Hub yet. That's a little bit of an indictment on my society tech, actually. What did I not take? I know I don't navigate the society tree very well because it's usually just not that important, to be honest. Arc emitter. Arc emitters are fun. Are they necessary? No. We're running out of motes of all things. Yeah, it's because we're not getting motes from any hilariously overpowered source. What do we not need that much of? We're selling 200 of that. We're buying 200. That's actually necessary. We need to buy 200 of that. Ah, we're buying 209 alloys. We're only making a... Please, planet, finish building and grant me big alloys. We're gonna need it. Oh my god. Yeah, it's the combination of Tomb World plus just not enough jobs, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Ooh, optimization building. Automated workforce from districts, 50%. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Command limit, 25k. Let me tell you, that's not gonna kill Toxic God. That's not gonna kill any endgame fleets either. Oh my god, we probably need more than 1 million to stand a chance. And by more than 1 million, I mean way more than 1 million, and we don't even way close to 1 million. So, yeah, that's gonna be a little problem, and that's a little bit of an exaggeration. So, come on, planet. Upkeep for metallurgist minus 200%. Wait, that's kind of nice, but the minus build speed is probably canceling that out pretty comfortably. We don't even have max thrusters. Holy, oh, I'm bad at this game, guys. I don't know why you guys watch my channel for meta, but it's year 100. It's year 100. I have 20k fleet. That's somehow gonna be stronger than some of the AIs. Look at this. Yeah, equivalent, and the design is way better, right? So yeah, pathetic. I get the game is just hard now. I mean, that's what it is, right? At least the tech is good. 4k tech. We took Unity twice. It'd be like higher than that if it wasn't. Yeah, the trick with this is just that the virtual synth is just better than other ones, especially if you have a decent Unity engine. If you don't have a decent Unity engine, then it just kind of sucks still, but most good builds should try to include a good Unity engine anyway. And that's the terminology that Sakuya uses when he's describing his builds, and I really like that terminology. Did I accidentally put a thing that should have been an advisor? Oops, not a big deal. We'll just take synth leaders at this point. Make our leaders invincible. Damage to star bases, sure. And yeah, let's just continue to add cruisers to this fleet. 2 at a time is crazy. It's actually crazy though. Let's buy more alloys. All the excess trade should be poured into alloys at this point, right? Don't need to buy minerals. We actually have a mineral surplus, but that surplus will go away really quickly once the damn Ecumenopolis finishes. Hello, Ecumenopolis. Would you like to finish? Oh, think about all the pops that will join. It'll be beautiful. It'll be excellent. Come on, Ecumenopolis. Let's go too fast so it happens with a good timing. And we can keep building more goody Stormfire autocannon. Yay! Da, 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 na, 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 na. Oh, look at this. Boom! Ecumenopolis. Let's go. Let's build like 3 more of these at least. And then get to building that 6,000. Let's go! And let's also just resettle a bunch. Not from the urban world. Actually, nah, yeah. Okay. What we do now is we stop buying this. We buy like 1,000,000 energy because we know we're going to need it. We sell even more consumer goods because there's no point making more than we actually need. And then, do we start researching repeatables? I feel like I should finish the regular tech tree first, right? And then start researching repeatables. I know we're taking our sweet time, but hey, why not? You know, you take your sweet time if you need it. You know, relax, chill, have a good time. Why not? Hyper-magnetized planetary core? That's not the right planet. Alloys produced from miners? What do that on my mineral planet? Come on, man. Well, that's funny. Oh, is that a temporary? Oh, yeah. Oh, this is not temporary. This is permanent. No, okay. That'd be fun. That would be fun for sure. But yeah, let's get this planet super alloyed up, super juiced up. Boom, bang, bing. This is the worst military rush you've ever seen. That's for sure. I wouldn't really call it a military rush though, so I guess that wording was flawed in the first place. But yeah. Do we need a second fleet? I don't trust it. 20k is not going to do it. It needs to be like close to 100k probably. I'm not sure though. 600 alloys. It's just not enough alloys. Build faster. Oh, we have Unity, right? Yeah, we have Unity. Boom, bang, bing, boom. Should we go assassinate some pirates in the meantime? Nah, I don't even need to. Let's just wait for more alloys. Screw it. Screw it. And let's move these unspecialized arcologies down in priority and these residential arcologies up because they are, of course, actually building mostly alloy jobs. And then resettle. Just pick a planet, doesn't matter. Alpha Centauri, sure. Don't need this many minerals. You can go sit and wait to become alloy workers. That's the play nowadays. None of these are kind of that useful at all. Just pick something, I guess. And then watch as our alloys hopefully increase a lot. Do we have all the modifier buildings? Metallurgic Research Lab, Alloy Reclamation Plant, this and this. Yeah, okay, that's all the modifier buildings I can think of. I'm also kind of curious, what is the late game alloy output like? Alt 16. That's actually pretty good. That's decent. I don't think I'm wrong to say that. That's an actually good alloy output, but still not enough to kill the toxic god apparently, because the megastructure are just eating all my alloys. What is this? Why do I have 1,000? Oh, it's Federation. It's from my guy. My guy. Let's go. How do you max out Federation, by the way? I've like never maxed out a Federation. I get bored and stop playing long before we max out a Federation. But I hear it's a good source of nav cap now, so might be worth looking into that. It's like 3,000 nav cap, something like that, right? So that sounds pretty useful. Arc furnace. Why am I clicking arc furnaces? It's too late for arc furnace. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help. If I remember to click those earlier, I'd have 10,000 more alloys than I do now. But hey, we don't worry about that. We don't worry about that. We don't talk about that. We don't consider that. We do consider that. This is going to be the 4-hour video. This is going to be the longest video on my channel. It might be 4 hours at least. I do want to wait to die to the crisis at least before we see what... You know what? Let's go kill the void worm nests. That's what we should be doing in the meantime, right? And that way we're at least doing something. At least the 2 in sight. I don't really... Do I want to go kill the last one? I don't know. I'll probably imagine losing to the void worms because they spawn at the same time as the endgame crisis and they just completely roll me. That'll be funny, wouldn't it? I believe 4.5 thousand tech from one habitat is actually really, really good. It's kind of better than I thought, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. I mean, there's 2 point something thousand squires here, I guess. How much of efficiency bonus is that giving for our knights? Is that 97%? Am I reading that right? Looks like 97%, so that's pretty good. Um, yeah, that's pretty clean. 12 assembly, 14, 12. Yeah, like biological synth, man. It's definitely my favorite way to play these days. Starbase capacity. Oh my god, I don't even max my starbases because there's just not enough alloys. I mean, I can't blame myself for this too badly, though, to be honest. Like, that the Ecumenopolis took 18 years to complete because I had, the worst Ecumenopolis tech luck I think I've ever had. Um, Considering the amount of tech we're outputting, yeah, that was not fun. Now missiles, by the way, are no longer what they once used to be, unfortunately. So I guess we don't need to worry about that, though. Yeah, I guess it's just about getting this planet as online as it can be. That's the main goal here. Nav cap. You know what? It's so expensive that we won't start doing them yet, but very soon. Very, very soon. And World Shaper, Galactic Force Project. I don't think you can ever turn down Galactic Force. No, 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 no. This is only tradition pick open. We're going to save this for completing our first mega structure, which now costs way too much, but we're going to click this up anyway. Our ships can wait, and that way we can get gigastructures, solve our energy problem once and for all, focus everything into alloys, probably get a second Ecumenopolis for alloys, and then we'll really be rolling, right? Yeah, that's probably the plan. Get a second Ecumenopolis. Maybe one Ecumenopolis is enough when you just max it out. It'll be like 2,000 alloys, right? It'll be a little more, actually. This is making 1,200 already. Our knights aren't eating that much, to be honest, so that's pretty nice. I mean, yeah, like this building is actually just so good. Plus half base is ridiculous. And then I believe this is plus 0.1 base. Yep, and then this is plus 10%. And when you stack those together, right, like 16, 18, like, that's good. That's pretty solid. I mean, you'd probably get to like 25 with like teachers. You'd get probably 35 when catalytic was good, right? But I don't think catalytic even gives that much anymore, so it's not really worth going catalytic. And yeah, it's just pretty solid. Scum and villainy. No, 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 no. Why? I hate crime events. That's okay. That's okay, la. Launch anti-crime campaign. And hopefully we don't get unlucky and get a minus 30% stability, because then that's an auto tech. Yeah, let's just should we just put everything on auto tech now? I think so. The only time we'll turn it off is when we get gigastructures, and yeah, and we can call. And this is what I meant. You will run out of minerals. It doesn't look like it. Gangs clash. There's 0% crime. What gangs? If you hit 0% crime, the problem should just fix itself. That's my opinion. Maybe that makes the game too easy, but hey, I hate these events. I hate them. I hate them. Stop it. Get some help. Yeah. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I am so mad. Yeah, that was a little inside joke I guess we have with our friends. So probably not a good thing to say here, but yeah, the story behind that was I think we were playing CS:GO, and we were not having the best game. Let's say that. And that was the response from one of our teammates. And we just thought it was super, super funny. It made our entire day. It was great. It was fantastic. Yeah, I have a really weird games library, come to think of it, right? Like, this is probably a bit out of left field, but my favorite games are like, I like Minecraft, I like Stellaris, I like some FPS games, like I like the Battlefield series, but I only like some of them. I like 3, I think 4 is okay, but I kind of skipped it. I skipped 1 and 5 because I was kind of broke in that time. And then I got 2042 for $5 on sale, and high-key think it's the most underrated Battlefield of all time because people shit on it like it ruined the franchise. or something. But if I'm being completely honest, I don't know what it was like on release. I didn't play it on release. So for all those people who are disappointed by it on release, I'm sorry. Right? I'm sorry you spent like $80 on a AAA game and it was probably terrible. Right? But give it a chance. Play it today in the Big 26. And, well, let's say if you're on US East, if you're on US West or something like that, or any other abandoned server like Australia or something, hey, unlucky. Yeah, you can't play the game anymore, right? Like it doesn't exist. There's no players. You have to use a VPN, and that's jumping through enough hoops to not make it worth it for anybody, in my opinion. But if you are willing to give it a shot, it is actually incredibly good, in my opinion, these days. It has good netcode. It has good maps. It has really good maps, if I'm being honest. There's some overpowered guns, so make of that what you will, right? Like some of the guns are definitely a little on the strong side. Which is the best one here? Is there a range one, or is this the range aura? That's the range of ship fire rate, FTL, own ship fire rate, tracking. I think it's got to be tracking. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. Save. Okay. Right? And I think its breakthrough game mode is the best that Battlefield has to offer. That's my hot take. It might be a bit too hot, but in my opinion, it is the best Battlefield that I have played personally. 2042. Yep, in the Big 26. The only problem is player count, which is pretty crazy. And then I'd say 6 is the most overrated Battlefield I've ever played. Like I don't think it clears 4 or 3 or anything, yet the player base did. The maps are all small and pretty mediocre, and the meta has been mediocre. It's like right now it's mortar spam, which is genuinely unplayable. Like I would rather just go play Stellaris, right? Like I was having a bit of a 2042 phase, by the way, during my break. I was just a little addicted, if I'm being completely honest. And I was playing a lot of Minecraft, right? I love Minecraft. I wish I could think of a way to make videos of it that are good, but hey, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, right, I would say my personality leans towards like the NPC side of things. So by the way, I have no idea what to go here. Genuinely no idea. Research subsidies, like adapt. These all look so useless. I guess enable, like this is one of the more useful traditions available. Domination looks okay. I'm curious. Wait. It'd be really funny if this thing is like bugged and gives you more Lord Commanders. Can you imagine having 50 Lord Commanders? I highly doubt it, but I gotta try. I gotta try. It's just too funny. It is too tempting. How do I go from negative to positive to negative? Like a mineral so fast. What is going on? Also, I think I'm producing enough trade here so that I can. We can go to our trade planet and just borrow a few of these robots. Hello. We're gonna borrow some. We don't mind me. And then get these arcologies into foundry arcologies. Boom, bang, bing. And the crime is back. The crime is back. Let's just prioritize these. I don't want to deal with that. The crime is back. And this is done now, right? Yes, sir. And you know what that means? It is time for Galactic Wonders. And I'll turn off auto tech. Let's research the ring segment. I don't want a ring segment. I don't want to go that wide even. Let's research something pretty weird. Let's Dyson Sphere Matter Decompressor. Hallelujah. I don't even know what I want first. Let's just research this one first. Screw it. We have over 1,000. This is still one of the best late game builds in the game, by the way. Let's see if I can get these Titans built. Yes, I can. It's better to have one Titan in each fleet, but I'll be moving these two together anyway, so yeah, might as well get those going. I don't plan on building a Colossus, but might as well build a yard for it. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. I might take it. Leviathan defeated. Oh, okay. If somebody killed my Toxic God, I would have been mad. I definitely would have been mad. No crisis yet, by the way. Pretty crazy. Ascension Theory, yeah. Ascension Shear is too good to skip. We're going to hit the other one again before we get Ascension Theory again. But if you skip Ascension Theory, it can be bad. It can be bad. I'm buying 500 energy right now. What am I doing? You know what? We'll do the worst of both worlds. We'll have none of either. That will be what we have instead. But yeah, once both Titans are done, I think we'll move in, right? Like, could be pretty good. Ancient Refinery, that's definitely a good thing. We'll definitely take that. I love how I never designated this as a mining world. I wonder how much minerals I've lost from that. We'll never know. Mineral, boom, boom, boom. We can turn it into a Cumulonipolis later too if we need to. But yeah, look at this planet. It's pretty desolate, isn't it? It's just some traders. 3,000 traders. That's actually pretty. It's pretty decent efficiency actually. Not too mad about that. Impenetrable border, maniacal, and favorite society. Nice. 5.4 thousand tech from one hab. It's not bad at all. I'm super curious. So this thing gives housing executive jobs based on tier. Oh, it just gave us regular executives. It didn't give us. I would have loved to see 400 Lord Commanders. Can you imagine that? That's game breaking. That's, I believe that would be more tech than the rest of my empire. 400, yeah, this times 400, that's probably true. Or very close. And then we charismatic and stuff, so. Fleet maneuvers. Sure, carry out the exercises. And then, very importantly, let's start our Dyson sphere. Start it out in this corner, I guess. Boom. And then very soon we can get that matter decompressor started. Okay, we can put these all in auto tech again. Matter decompressor. And that needs to be... Oh, we can just jump it now, right? Nice. This thing has 8 dark matter, by the way. Amazing system. Matter decompressor. Boom. Boom. Matter decompressor. Perfect. And then the little galactic stock exchange. 15%. Not a base output modifier, but still nice. Market fee reduction too is pretty nice. And used to be able to do multiple of them. Let's see if we can still do that. Ah, yeah, you can. I don't know if the market fees stack, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, but hey. Doesn't cost much to try, so we're just going to do it, right? Yeah, Galactic Stock Exchange. And then the last thing we kind of want is just an ally foundry everywhere. And then we replace this with... we haven't done any of the dig sites. That is a hilarious problem to run into at this point. Okay, well, let's fix that issue and excavate all the sites. And click a million buttons. Yeah, I always slack whenever I play a build that doesn't need minor artifacts on researching anomalies and stuff, but it's a pretty big bonus, especially in the mid game. It's probably what I should be doing instead of complaining about not finding the techs I need, is do something to actually make those techs appear. But hey, that would be intelligent. So anyhow, after building more than enough ships to probably hard overkill this poor toxic god that we're about to run over, yeah, we can turn on all of this. Boom, boom, boom. I don't even know which ones of these our ships are using, but yeah, definitely not this. We don't need volatile land clearance. Kinetics we have. Explosives we don't have. Yeah, and everything else we benefit from, so might as well. And then Architectural Renaissance. Yes, sir. Extra build speed for that. Only 200 unity. It's definitely worse. It's too hideous for words. Summon the fleet. Don't think it really matters. Oh my god, one set of ships is way faster. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. No, it is no god slayeth. Gotta select this option. And then we get the Maw of the Toxic God, the most important and the best relic in the game, in my opinion. Can you get this relic if there's no Toxic God in the galaxy? And yeah, the actual effects, don't really care about that. Look at how much damage the first ship took because I'm an idiot. But maximum districts, let's look for the one where we have the most in the nearby area. 19 is pretty good. One of the better ones I've seen. 17, 19, 18. You know what? 19 looks like about the local maximum. And then we'll go ahead and build our beautiful and first habitat. And yeah, these will basically be more of these Knights habitats, which are the only thing we really want to go vertical on. Obviously, alloy Echimonopoli is something we'd go vertical on if we were trying for a true ultra late game build, but we would be limited by the amount of matter decompressors and Dyson storms we have, and I do not believe it's worth building planets to sustain energy. It would be better to take vassals. And if you run out of vassals, well, that's it, right? Yeah. Oh, we don't even have a claim. We don't even have a tributary war goal on a lot of these guys. I don't know who their leader is. Declare war. Nope, that's not the leader. Lavan Council. This is the Lavan Council. Oh, is it really because I'm not powerful enough over them to tributize them? That's crazy. Subtle shift in Durban behavior. Decrepit fools. Screw them. I don't think I could beat them. Like, that would... I think I'd get wrecked by them, if I'm being honest. But, hey. We're chilling. We're chilling. I've got jump drives. Where's the crisis? Now that I have ships, I'm now cocky. Okay, that's how the game works these days. I don't know what the best anti-crisis ships are. They're probably still battleships, if I were to guess. These cruisers just kind of lack range. And these Titans really lack speed. So I guess the play there is to put one Titan in every... oh my god, does it not fit? Titan 80, it fits... Oh, we can only support 2 Titans and they're both in the same squad. Oh, whatever. I wish the ship AI was smart enough to stick together. That would be nice, but... That would be nice. We'll just have to be more careful about that in the future. But let's go park these over our capital so we don't run out of all resources instantaneously, which seems to be the problem. Hey, the Galactic Council Forum, are we on it? Community. Oh, we just made it. Look at that. Lavan Council. Screw these guys, man. Screw them. If I wasn't about to upgrade some megastructures, I'd be more storm released. Whatever. I'm not bothered to deal with that. 150. That sounds like enough for the ancient refinery. Yay! And then we can replace this with anything else. And that's very nice. 1,000. Is it because of the storm? Do I need to become a storm main and just place? Like, what is the storm that boosts arc furnaces again? Magnetic storms. Is this the play? Minus 200% metallurgist. Planetary build speed. Just put magnetic storms and become a magnetic storm main with arc furnaces. Is that a play? I've never played with the storm civic, but who knows, man? Who knows? No Ascension Rush is still pretty sad. But hey, if it results in economy like that, I mean, that's a pretty crazy swing, no? But what happened to my energy credits at the same time? So, hey, probably not. Probably not. See, this is where I would normally get bored and just leave the game, but because I'm recording, I'm gonna probably record until I get truly bored or frustrated. Maybe like 2350 latest, right? Because if the crisis decides to take 1 trillion years to spawn, hey, that's not my problem, right? Let's build at least one more of these habitats though, because I think that's kind of fun. So let's start getting to build that. Look at the crystals, by the way. The energy credits, well, this hasn't even come online yet, yeah. So yeah, the Dyson Sphere panels installed, 900 energy. Thank you for single-handedly fixing my energy issues, basically. But only having one is lacking unity. No way. Well, it's 1 month of unity. That's fine. Boom. Okay. Oh no, end of the Thorquell something something. Sad. No, I definitely feel real sadness and not a lack of care at all. But yeah, let's build a bunch of these xenomorph armies. And this way, we can start to take tributaries left and right if we feel like it, right? We don't quite have tributary war goal yet, but with our megastructures ticking, we can just add more and more fleets of cruisers, I think. Cruisers, nyaz. Boom. And yeah, we'll now have 1.1 thousand alloys dedicated with like a 90% focus towards just minerals or towards just alloys. So that's a decent amount, to be honest. Size 22 planet, that's all we got. Literally nothing else to put on, I don't think. Orbital shield generator, I guess. Yeah, I'll say that's a good building for when you have no idea what to put on a planet. Just defensive stuff. I will say, if you're ever playing in a real multiplayer game, make sure you have a fortress on every planet after like year 50. It doesn't even need to be populated. Just remember to depopulate. And when you go into a war, and if they ever get into your systems, then populate it. And do keep in mind, in a regular game, the game will be moving a little bit slower because in multiplayer, it basically goes as fast as the slowest person. So even on normal, you have more time to think. Than in single player, where if you don't pause constantly, the game is genuinely pretty fast. Especially these days. Like, this is good sim speed for a 600 size galaxy, right? Should we go to war and try to start taking out some of the galaxy at this point? I mean, we totally could. Like 160k. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not good, but I think one unique thing is being under the nav cap at this point is definitely pretty good. Although we should be doing better, right? We should be building at least a second habitat. 18, 21 districts. That's the best I've seen. So, oh, but that won't be in our home sector, and I hate it when planets aren't in my home sector. That bothers me for no reason at all. I don't know why. I like sticking to my home sector. I don't like going wide. Going wide is just a headache for me. It's so many planets. Armada Logistician. That's a pretty good one. I do want to get my council up a little bit. This is a really sad leveled council. Is there one that boosts monthly minerals? Nope. Governing ethics? Nope. Grand Fleet. This is pretty useful. It burns way too much. It burns way too much. We don't need to fortify that border anymore, that's for sure. I'm like, what is eating on my Unity, right? Like, it's literally just architectural resonance in these two, and we can even turn this off at this point. We don't even need the extra megastructure build speed. It's nice, but it's not necessary. Yeah, because we're not like about to go bankrupt or anything like that. So might as well turn it off, save some Unity. Is our tradition tree even done? Yeah, it's not even done. I mean, yeah, Unity these days, man, it's tough. Like, how many builds do I know that can finish the tradition tree before year 100? I'm not sure. It's gotta be like, what? I'm sure Synth Fertility build could do it if you wanted to, but it'd be tight. Actually, Synth Fertility's Unity is not the best. Shroud Forge could definitely do it. I think modular synth could do it. So yeah, there's definitely some. But modular synth is like a fake build, man. It is not good these days. Ancient rivals, cool. Cool. Any news on that main crisis though? Weak signals. I wish there was a way to force main crisis to spawn without commands. I don't think there is. Maybe there is. Let me know if you're still watching. And if you are still watching, thanks for watching. But, yeah, I mean, these fleets are kind of shaping up to be decent at this point, eh? I guess we could hire a commander for literally every fleet since we only have 3, and our fleet capacity is really good. I will say that much. Jeez, yeah, we still don't have enough alloys for that. 1.3 thousand alloys is not enough somehow, some way. We'll upgrade all of these. Like, we have tons of moats, so boom, boom, bing, bang. Magnetic storm aftermaths everywhere. Upkeep for metallurgist minus 10%, and we're back to negatives. That's fun. I guess we also don't need debug tooltip anymore, but we might as well leave it on. Counselor experience gain, edict cap. Okay, that's useful. Like this, I mean, also, what other builds can be this strong with this nav cap? And with this nav cap, with this empire size, right? It's pretty good. And decisions. Oh my god, don't tell me. Oh, consecrate habitat. I thought I ran out for a second. I'd be pretty mad. Because it does have a time limit, by the way, which is less than the relic cooldown, which is a pretty hilarious restriction. But yeah, this will make another knight's habitat. And you can definitely probably see where this is going, is you just make a bunch of knight's habitats. And now the world is your oyster. Every knight's habitat is apparently almost 6,000 tech. Not quite 5,000 tech. We do have a megastructure making nearly 1,000 tech, which is a nice touch. You know, it's actually is reasonable percentage of our economy. It is still funny that, like, here's a pop, with here's a little man-made habitat that's making more tech than an entire megastructure. But hey, 15% research speed is a pretty insane bonus these days. So we'll give it that too. End of the no, not the end of the Calzan Raiders. They only annoyed the hell out of me in the mid game. Matter decompressor, thank you. Dyson Sphere, about to complete another level. I believe there's 3 levels of them, right? So that's pretty nice. 25% generation efficiency. Woo! Let's go. Gain 50% energy efficiency. Let's go. And we can stop purchasing this much energy at this point. I don't even know what to purchase though. Boom, $200. We can purchase more than that probably. $300. No, we actually can't. Alloys are expensive. Holy. But yeah, 2,000. This is okay numbers. Like this is not a bad build, and we did mess this up by about a decade too. So you got to remember that. I really don't care. I really don't care. So now, when the consecration is done, oh my god, that's a pain. Let's turn that off. No, I don't want to leave the alliance. I need the trade fed. If I'm not in the trade fed, my economy dies instantly and explodes. And I honestly would not know how to deal with that. That would be bad. That would definitely be bad. So we gotta protect our Fed. We gotta keep the thing together. Advisor. Oh no, this was supposed to be industrialist, but like I don't even care at this point to max out the leaders. Hey, hello curators. I finally made contact with you guys. Oh, you know what I should make? I have one more megastructure. Let's build the Sentinel post so I can look at the entire galaxy and become an enigmatic observer myself. Enigmatic observer rushing is apparently the meta now. 2 megastructures. You know what that means? Architecture Renaissance back on. Boom, bang, bing. Alpha Centauri can be our watch post. Why not? It's always fun to build a sentry array on like the most isolated planet. But yeah, now that we have the order, look at the Little Order's castle. That's a funny one. I didn't notice how cute it was at the beginning. But it's always nice also to queue up an entire planet at once. It's one of my favorite feelings. Of course, the game would prioritize anything except for executives. That makes sense. Or anything except for roboticists. That way you never have any pops. Very nice to see. Why is the pop assembly? Have you guys ever understood why this is? Why is the pop assembly so much better? Oh, it's because of all the pop efficiency modifiers. That makes sense, actually. On a new colony, just not enough of them, I guess. And yeah, I think this is one of the nicest feelings is you scale your tech by scaling your nav cap, which is like the best feeling ever. Oh, we can't consecrate another habitat for like a decade, so you can only do one every 10 years, right? Oh yeah, relic activation is only on cooldown for like a few more months, which is nice. But yeah, these fleets are not being a 25x crisis or a 10x crisis. I'll say that much. You'll probably need at least 2 million, I imagine. Although your 2 million should probably be in battleships, if I'm being completely real, against crisis ships. So there is that. We have 250k, so yeah, we would probably need a Shroud Forged Empire or something to beat this. I also don't know if we have enough energy credits. Straight up, I don't know if one Dyson Swarm Sphere can do it. So you might have to go wide on planets, or just go wide on tributaries. But yeah, you definitely have to slow down the game and probably play a little bit offensively against the AIs to take their economies, and probably playing a more aggressive build that could take their economies earlier would honestly have better results than Knights these days. But I will say a fully developed like size 20 planet will not get to 5,000 tech with the most builds these days. It'll be a little shy of that. So 5,000 tech from one planet is actually really nice. However, you will be able to get more of those in comparison with an earlier ascension, so there's trade-offs, right? But they're not concrete. So I would say Knights is actually one of the stronger builds if you're willing to play like a very passive early game. But I think it's a pretty popular playstyle because I enjoy it, so I'd imagine a lot of other people do as well. And it's certainly pretty strong once it gets rolling. Like, but now we have 2 of these habitats going at the same time, right? Like we're getting the Sentry Array up. We're getting what is going? Our Federation fleet are pretty strong. Yo, our guys are popping off. They're popping off. Respect. Respect. That's crazy. Oh, we've entered a joint war against something. I don't even know what. Am I bothered to deal with this? No. No, I'm not. I was like, there's no way our guy has that many. But yeah, they didn't. They didn't. Yeah, I don't even know how these joint wars end up happening. Um, I didn't even realize I was. Did they declare war on my ally? Is that what happened? Or did I just get dragged into it somehow? I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention. Or did the Galactic Council vote? It might have been that too. I don't know. But the AIs can go fly around, do what they feel like. Right, we're gonna focus on our own game, but I'm definitely getting tired here, and I know we're not gonna beat the crisis. It's a 10x crisis. If I had selected a 1x crisis, I think we'd be good. Um, but yeah, since we're not gonna beat that, I might call this video here. It was definitely a fun run, right? Probably the longest video on my channel, which is cool. I guess we'll wait for this mega structure to finish, and a couple more of these like orders keeps tiers, right? But this is kind of when the game starts playing itself for sure, in the sense that you're just scaling as fast as you're bothered to, um, right? As fast as you can acquire pops too. Like if you could go out into the galaxy and raid pops, that's a great way to scale at this point. Um, I don't know if we can take a bombardment stance as an egalitarian. So you could, if you wanted, reform out of egalitarian and take a bombardment stance. That's one of the easiest ways to acquire mass pops in the late game, because you don't have to deal with re-releasing the planets as vassals. And I need to cover this in a build at some point, but one of the best scaling methods is vassalization, or either self tributary spamming, and not only spamming tributaries but scholariums, and getting like a good tech feedback loop. But it's a very, very, very tedious way to play, in my opinion, because it focuses so much on like random galactic politics and micro outside of your own planets that I mean, you might be a more bigger fan of it than SimCitying, but I'm a bigger fan of SimCitying than anything else, right? But anyways, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Go out and play and enjoy nights for yourselves. It's still pretty fun. Like this is not bad stats, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.